This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Oh, man, it's Friday. What's going on, folks? And thank you for tuning in with me to another edition of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 354. Number 350, or excuse me, 454. Why do I always go back to 3 for Christ's sake? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, it's 454, 454. I'm going backwards for Christ's sake. Anyway, 454 for all the folks that are keeping track of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And before we get into anything else, I'd like for everybody to please spread it around like wildfire. And let everybody know that True Capitalist Radio is in effect and in the house. And we are live every Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the official website of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast. And it is blogtalkradio.com/ghost. That's blogtalkradio.com/ghost. And, of course, if you have not done so, please follow me on Twitter. All right? Follow me on Twitter. The Twitter name to follow is PoliticsGhost. All one word, no underscores. PoliticsGhost is the name to follow, all right? Now that we've gotten that all out of the way, folks, we've got a hell of a show for this Baller Friday. And traditionally what we like to do today is just kind of go to a free format edition, try to talk about whatever it is that the folks want to talk about at this point in time. I unfortunately am going to put the kibosh on that because I think that there is a lot of things that have transpired here in the last 24 hours that need to be discussed. Now, before I get into those, I'm going to go ahead and get through the markets as quick as I can, because the subject matters that we're going to discuss today is literally probably something that has never, ever been done in the history of data dumping, and that's doxing the CIA, folks. I'm not joking! Now, as I say that, I hear a chopper over my house, so do y'all hear it? Y'all hear that crap? I'm telling you, right as I say that, there's a chopper over my house. But let me tell you something, regardless what happens, it's been worth it. I'll tell you that right goddamn now. Anyway, I want to say props to the Capitalist Army and everybody else out there who made this possible. So we're going to talk about that later, because what I want to talk about now is the markets, because I'm pretty sure everybody's asking what the hell's going on here, Ghost. Now, helter-skelter type of activity is what's going on here in the markets, folks. I mean, we saw profit-taking and at the same time a contraction in the markets. All of a sudden, and the reason that we saw contraction in the markets all day today in every index was because the dollar was gaining. And the reason the dollar keeps gaining is because of the uncertainty in the economic markets in the international community. Everybody wants that U.S. dollar, baby. I mean, nobody wants to be holding British pound sterling. Nobody wants to be holding euros. Nobody wants to be holding the peso. Nobody wants to be holding any of these currencies. They want to be holding cold, hard American cash. And let me tell you, I mean, that's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing in that it is, kind of providing a stability, prominence of our currency in the international community, in that everybody wants to be paid in it. the bad part about it is that we're seeing scarcity with currency at the rates in which the United States has printed out massive amounts of outstanding currency. Remember the quantitative easings, the stimulus packages. The government and the Federal Reserve have literally printed out massive amounts of currency, and even with those massive amounts of currency outstanding, I mean, we're still seeing a spike in the dollar. So that goes to show you that not only is the American dollar alive and well, it's global. It's starting to become, at least for the meantime, it seems to be the global type of go-to currency at this point in time, prior to the instilling of any kind of global currency, which is being talked about in a variety of different circles. But that's for another debate or another time. So with that being said, we saw turbulence in the negative side on every index in the equities markets up until the last hour of the damn trading session, which makes no goddamn sense. And if you want my personal opinion, I think it's the Trump effect. I mean, every time Trump comes out and says something, every time Trump says something or has a meeting with corporate executives. Today he was in South Carolina talking to a crowd at the Boeing plant that they have out there in South Carolina, introducing a new plane. So, I mean, I think this could have possibly kind of brought some spirit into the market there at the end of the day. Take a look at the intraday chart, folks, of the Dow Jones Industrial or the NASDAQ or the S&P. The same thing. I mean, we see negativity throughout the whole goddamn day, and then just this dramatic spike upwards towards the last hour of the trading session. I mean, who sees that? Who sees that in traditional finance anymore, for Christ's sake? That's why I keep saying traditional finance and the ideas of finance have gone completely out the window. I mean, they're not even, I don't even know what's going on in this market. But what I would like is a little bit of stability once we start making this full transition into the Trump economy. And that's why I have been pressuring, at least via this show, anybody who can listen, via Congress. I mean, we have to pressure these assholes into understanding that we need the tax cuts. We need the repeal and replacement of Obamacare. Now, I know that Speaker Ryan came out today and outlined a very vague replacement for Obamacare, which I haven't taken the time to read the whole goddamn thing, but it looks, I don't know. I mean, I will reserve judgment until I have absolutely gone over the actual plan itself, but it has a lot to do with things that we've heard in the past, tax credits for insurance, health savings accounts, so on and so forth. So, I mean, very unoriginal ideas, unfortunately, coming from the Republicans as it pertains to the replacement of Obamacare. So that's not a very good sign. But this is why we have to get political, folks. I mean, I've been trying to be as sober and as cerebral as I possibly can in trying to convey this information on this broadcast. We all have to be political now. I've said this time and time again, this is a government made for the people and by the people, but if the people fall asleep at the wheel, we are suffering the consequence of those very actions. Now, with that being said, I personally believe, getting back to the markets, that Trump possibly fueled some optimism in investors, and that's why we saw this dramatic spike at the last hour of the day's trading. Get to the Dow Jones Industrials and get through the markets as quick as we can, because I want to get to the crux of the subject matters today. And unfortunately, this is not going to be your traditional Baller Friday free format edition. It is not going to do so. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're expecting to call in and be a jerk dick, we're not doing that at this point in time. There is too much important information to convey on this broadcast for me to appeal to whatever the goddamn contingent of troll terrorists and cyber vermin. I can't do that today. So with that being said, let me go ahead and get through the markets. The Dow Jones Industrials, folks, even though we saw negative numbers throughout the day, miraculously it closes up on the plus side, up 4.28 points, a percentage increase of 0.02%, closing out the Dow at 20,624.05 points for the Dow Jones Industrial. As I've been saying, folks, look at that damn intraday chart. It's ridiculous. Let's get to the S&P. The S&P is also up after seeing negative numbers throughout the whole session. Closes on the upside, 3.94 points increase, a percentage increase of 0.17%, closing out the S&P at 2,351.16 points for the S&P 500. We've got the NASDAQ. It's also up today after seeing, somewhat turbulent numbers throughout the day's session. It is also up 23.68 points, a percentage increase of 0.41%, closing out the NASDAQ at 5,838.58 points for the NASDAQ composite. So let's go ahead and get right to commodities here. And the reason we saw so much decrease in the day session in the equities market was because the continued run on the dollar. The dollar continues to gain, baby, and that's what could make this whole situation as it pertains to the economy very precarious. Because in my personal opinion, if the Federal Reserve raises interest rates on an already high-value dollar, that's going to make the dollar even more scarce than it is right now, given all the outstanding currency that has been printed out thus far. So that could cause a very precarious situation in the market, because what we need right now, and I hate to say this, but we don't need as valuable of a dollar, especially when we're trying to restructure and rebound our economy. We need those dollars to be circulated amongst the American economy or within a given market or a given market system so that wealth can be generated. I mean, that's the only way that wealth is generated, folks, is when you have money circulating within a given market so that people can actually have at least possession of that money so it can exchange for goods, services, or anything thereof. I mean, what did Gordon Gekko say in Wall Street One? Money isn't won or lost, it's simply transferred. And that's the idea that creates the wealth-generating system that is capitalism. We need the exchange of money circulating throughout the damn United States of America. And if the dollar is very, very high in value, the people that are hoarding it right now, because anybody who's smart is sitting on cash waiting for the contraction in the equities and the real estate market that is coming. Now, how long that contraction is going to happen, that remains to be seen. But we know that we have an administration that is focusing on creating a rapid increase in the jobs market, which could potentially offset any potential contraction in the equities and real estate market. So with all that being said, I know that's a lot of economic mumbo-jumbo, but this is what the Trump administration is dealing with. This is what the Secretary of Treasury Mnuchin is dealing with, and this is what they have to kind of concoct a economic system around based upon all these factors that they, for what I'm taking the Trump words from yesterday's press conference, what he inherited, which was a goddamn mess. So with that being said, we kind of want the dollar to be a little less value so it will encourage people to spend it. And when money's circulating around, that's when new wealth is generated, and that's technically what we need right now in America. Is we need new wealth generated so that these folks can create the jobs necessary and the high-paying jobs necessary to be able to create the new Made in America, Making America Great Again Trump economy. We need good-paying jobs. We need jobs that people actually have some kind of integrity going to. I mean, even if it is a menial job as, working as a short-order cook at some local diner. Well, if you're making that owner of that particular diner rather generous profits because of your cuisine, well, that individual owner, if they're smart, are going to give you a considerable amount of raises to keep you there so that the owner in question doesn't stray away from the formula. And that's why you hear about a lot of these stories in which you have individuals that are 40 or 50 years old that have been working for the same mom and pop shop for 30 plus years, and it's because of that type of relationship that small business gives to employees. I mean, obviously we're going to have unscrupulous small business owners and, people that don't understand business trying to cheat people, trying to cheat employees. But in aggregate, the best jobs come from small business, and that's why, in my personal opinion, we need this tax cut to be passed by the Congress so dire, so much, because that's really going to inject the type of employment that we need, the type of full employment that'll cause what Mnuchin wants, which is consistent and sustainable 4% GDP growth. And once we do that, I think that we're back in the 80s again, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's continue going here. Let's get to commodities. We've got energy. Now, once again, folks, energy has been rather on the downside, if not on the flat side. And the reason I've been saying is because there's just too many damn producers in the world market today. Too many producers in the world market, not to mention America is considering itself a future producer on the world market. We haven't gotten to that phase in Trump's transition as far as his government and America is concerned. But at some point in time, I am very, very certain that Donald Trump is going to open up the production capabilities of one America as it pertains to energy. And we have a variety of different energy, folks. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you folks saw yesterday, Donald Trump signed an executive order lifting all of Obama's coal restrictions. Thank God. I mean, let's put our coal workers back to work. Let's start burning coal again so we can, at least for the meantime, before we start going and pumping out other means of oil, or means of energy, I should say, we can start bringing down the cost of the energy prices that consume our consumer budget to light our homes, to air condition our homes, to heat our homes. I mean, people don't understand, and they don't really factor this in, that the increase in electric bills has really eaten into the consumer, and not to mention the lack of economic opportunity. I mean, there are just so many factors on why the Obama economy has been so ridiculous, and the reason why the average everyday American has, I don't know why, but they've come to accept a lower standard of living. I mean, I've never seen an acceptance of a lower standard of living. Probably, I've never seen it in my lifetime. Let's put it that way. I mean, if I read the history books and compare how in 8 years of a president, a whole country can just kind of collectively just lower their standards of what the living standard is, would probably have to be the Great Depression. I mean, I can't think of any other moment in American history in which we saw the level of American living standard go down and accepted than the Great Depression. I mean, literally, that's what Obama and 8 years of Obama has done to this country. We've come to accept mediocrity. I mean, how many people have been out of the workforce? What was it, 90, almost close to 98 million people or something like that? Close to 98, 97 million people out of the workforce, many of which are perfectly capable, I should say, of working. To do so is because when the Democrats took power, instead of providing economic opportunity, they decided to give handouts. They decided to, instead of providing an economic footing for one to kind of bounce up and get back on their feet, they decided to say, hey, look, we're going to transfer the wealth to Wall Street, the banks, Hollywood, and everybody who donated to the Democrat and Obama campaign contribution account. We're going to donate all of, like $1 trillion, the biggest transfer of wealth in world history. We're going to transfer $1 trillion to these people. And for the American people, we'll go ahead and give you the beans. We'll go ahead and give you, we'll give you some food cards, some food stamps. We'll give you some housing vouchers. We'll give you a welfare. We'll give you that. I mean, literally, what Obama has done, he has bureaucratized the idea of trickle-down economics. The only difference is that there's nothing that trickled down from the government other than the beans that were given to the people that were having their hands out saying, please, I need help. And they just got beans, and they have learned to accept eating beans. I mean, literally. So, in my personal opinion, I am in shock that America collectively, within the past 8 years of Obama, was able to just kind of accept a lower standard of living. I didn't. I mean, it's been a chore, to say the least, to be able to live how I've always wanted to live, how I've been living for a good portion of my life in the Obama administration. But it was actually a challenge. I mean, I don't ever give up. I don't ever accept that I have to do something. I mean, I just consider it a challenge, and it, in my opinion, made me more and better of a capitalist, having to maneuver through this damn Obama administration. It was a joke. All right, and I'm glad the man's gone, and he should never, Obama should never go down as any kind of a goddamn favorable, good, or any kind of a decent president. This man did more to sabotage America than anyone could have ever imagined. This man should be tried for treason as far as I'm concerned, and anyone who still highlights Obama as some kind of a good president is completely insane and complete lunatic. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and get to the energy prices here, okay? Once again, wouldn't touch energy prices with a 10-foot pole here. I wouldn't touch energy. I am no longer a buyer in energy at all. So with that being said, let's get to WTI sweet crude. WTI up a penny today, percentage increase of 0.02%, closing out WTI sweet crude at $53.37 per barrel of WTI sweet crude. Let's go ahead and get to Brent crude. Brent crude is up 8 cents today, a percentage increase of 0.14%, closing out Brent crude at $55.73 per barrel of Brent crude oil. Gasoline continues its downward spiral, I should say. It was down yesterday a couple of percent and change. Today it is down 1.37% decrease on the day for gasoline. Natural gas, we saw it down yesterday 3% and change. It is down today 0.39% decrease on the day for natural gas. As I stated, folks, you might want to eyeball that here for a play. Folks that I know that play this particular feast or famine commodity have noticed that whenever there's a major contraction in the natural gas market is when you want to start eyeballing a play for this one. And it's been coming down considerably, natural gas. And as we've seen, whenever this damn freaking commodity goes up, it goes up. I mean, I remember seeing it go up as high as 10% in one day. 10% in one day, that's some pretty good money as far as I'm concerned. I mean, 10% on your money, give me a break. Anyway, we've got, and that's for one day. That's for just, buying an ETF, ETN, holding it there for one day, and at the end of the day, you're like, all right, taking profits, and you're out. All right, we've got natural gas down today, 0.39%. Heating oil up today, 0.48%. And we're starting to see some modest pickup in heating oil because of this Arctic front that is coming across the country. Out here in San Antonio, ironically enough, it was rather cold yesterday. It feels like a fucking, excuse my French, Jesus Christ, oh God! Sorry, I'm trying to stop myself from cursing. I've been getting a lot of people who tweet at me saying, hey, Ghost, stop cursing so much, all right? I don't want my ears to be divergenized anymore. So I'm sorry. My apologies for cursing. Don't mean to divergenize anybody's ears out there, but it's freaking ridiculous out here in San Antonio. It's like a freaking spring day out here. I mean, it's a shame that I have to do this broadcast. I took Templeton out for a little bit of a walk. I was like, Jesus Christ, I want to stay out here. I want to have a freaking picnic out here. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I want to get a little one of those little Smoky Joes. You know, those little stupid little, little small little goddamn barrel-looking barbecue grills. You know, take it out in the middle of a goddamn park somewhere. You know, have a goddamn picnic, for Christ's sake. It's great right now. Anyway, and look, I'm pretty sure people are going to say, oh, dude, picnic, dude. We're your fruiter, dude. Shut up. It's Baller Friday, okay? I'm thinking about festivities. I'm thinking about things to do, all right? Anyway, let's get to the metals, shall we? The metals! Let's get to the goddamn metals! We've got gold. Now, the ironic part about it is we saw an increase very early in the morning in metals, and then as the dollar started gaining in more value once again, and that's because of the uncertainty, once again, in the international community. Nobody wants to hold British pound sterling right now. Nobody wants to hold the euros. Nobody wants to hold the peso. The U.S. dollar is where it's at. All right, the U.S. dollar is where it's at. Anyway, gold ended up closing down today. If you take a look at the intraday chart, it was up all the way until the equities started coming back up. Pretty much, I mean, look, I don't know this for sure, but I think just based upon the chart of the Dow and the NASDAQ and the S&P that the increase at the very last hour was, has to do something with the Trump speech in South Carolina at Boeing. I mean, I can't really pinpoint why all the investors got happy in the pants at the last hour. Traditionally, no one really wants to hold anything for the weekend. I mean, seriously, I mean, anything could happen, and if you're holding, stocks on the weekend, you don't have an opportunity to unload those sons of bitches until Monday morning's trading session, and that could cost you some serious money. So that's what makes this, spike up in equities at the last hour of today's session. It's kind of an anomaly. So that's why I'm trying to pinpoint it to. The Trump speech in South Carolina at Boeing. Anyway, with that being said, we saw gold go down at the end of the day, and it closed out down $5.60, a percentage decrease of 0.45%, closing out gold at $1,236 even. $1,236 even per troy ounce of gold. Silver also contracted today at the very end of the day. I mean, take a look at these charts. Silver is down a dime, 10 cents, a percentage decrease of 0.55%, closing out silver at $17.98 per troy ounce of silver. And as I've stated, folks, I'm bullish on metals. I mean, with the type of helter-skelter market activity that we are witnessing in today's markets, I think that the uncertainty is more than apparent. And in times of uncertainty, the investors always go to the safe haven that is metals. I mean, it's always been a safe haven, and it will continue to be, and that's why I've increased my portfolio holdings of metals from 10 to 15% to about 20 to 25, 27%, somewhere around that range. I kind of day trade some of the metal ETN equities that I've been holding because, I mean, the volatility in the gold markets have been unbelievable. So that being said, I am bullish on metals once again, and I'm glad that people have been heeding my call, trying to accumulate as much silver and gold as possible. Individuals who've been doing so, they've amassed. I mean, people have been tweeting at me and actually have been showing me their pictures in other media venues, the amount of bullion, coinage. I mean, people are starting to heed the call, And let me tell you, just sitting on those damn things, whenever silver goes up, you're making money. I mean, let's just say you're accumulating things right now when silver prices are about $17, $18, and let's just say uncertainty hits in, and then every goddamn investor is trying to save their portfolio from going under. They're going to go right to the safe haven of metals, and this damn price goes up to about $30 a troy ounce. I mean, that's money, baby. That's money. Anyway, let's continue going. We've got copper. Copper is down today. 0.44% decrease on the day for copper. And platinum is also down today. 0.93% decrease for platinum. So almost a percent decrease for platinum. That should say something. Now that we've had an increase in the dollar value, this should be reflected in the agriculture sector of commodities. I always say this because this is what traditional finance should tell you. If you see an increase in the day's value of the dollar, you should see a decrease in equities. You should see a decrease in commodities. We saw the decrease in commodities when I just explained the prices of metals. So we saw the decreases there. Let's see if we see the decreases in the agriculture. And when we do, we should see a bunch of red. And those that aren't red, at least the market, the commodities traders know that there is an element of scarcity within that commodity that supersedes the rise of the value of the dollar. So, folks, that's why I continue to, every day, read off the percentage increases and decreases of these different commodities, because it'll kind of reflect what you're going to be spending as it pertains to you going to the grocery store every day. Haven't you noticed? Maybe most people don't. Some people I've noticed in the grocery store in La La Land, they're just kind of walking around with a basket, not knowing, they're just throwing crap in there, not knowing what the hell they're doing. But the prices of everything in the supermarket fluctuates, folks. All right, the prices fluctuate, and they fluctuate based upon the commodities prices that I read upon every single day. And if we see consistent percentage increases in any of the commodities that I read off, that should give you a gauge that you will potentially be paying a little higher for certain commodities in the supermarket. So that's why I continue to do this, so that even if you don't understand the commodities markets, even if you don't understand what I'm saying, you understand they're going up or they're going down. And that should be reflected in the supermarket. Anyway, that's why they call it a grocery store. That's why they call it a supermarket. They don't call it grocery stores anymore. All right? They call it a supermarket because they've got everything there for you to buy, and it's a market. A market means that the prices are going to go up and down. They're going to fluctuate. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and get to grain, shall we? Corn. Corn is down today, folks. 1.44% decrease on the day. Pretty consistent with a rise in the value of the dollar. Wheat also down today. 1.25% decrease on the day. Oats down 0.01%. Oats down 0.10%. Rough rice down today 0.05%. Soybean down 1.09%. Soybean oil down 1.92%. And canola down 0.72% decrease on the day. All red in the grains, folks. So when the value of the dollar today rose, it's reflected in the commodities. That's traditional investing. That's what we should be seeing. We need to get back to traditional investing. The dollar rises, commodities should go down. The dollar decreases, everything from commodities and equities should go up. That's traditional finance. Anyway, let's get to the soft, shall we? Cocoa. Man, we have just seen nothing but decreases in cocoa, man. Cocoa, of course, is the base for chocolate. We just got done with Valentine's Day, and even on Valentine's Day, cocoa was down considerably. Well, it's continuing to go down, folks. Cocoa is down 2.06% decrease on the day for cocoa. I mean, good God, man. I mean, what the hell's going on in Cocoa Land over there? I mean, is everybody on a diet? I mean, you could have fooled me after that Million Women's March, for Christ's sake. I mean, what, is everybody not eating chocolate all of a sudden? I mean, me personally, I don't eat chocolate. I hate chocolate, you know? And every time I say that, people are like, what? You don't like chocolate? No, I don't like chocolate. It tastes like crap. I'm not even joking around. You think you think I want to not like chocolate? I see everybody eat candy bars, and they're like, oh yeah, like they're in some orgasmic pleasure or something. I eat the son of a bitch. I want to puke. So I'm just saying. Anyway, let's get to coffee, shall we? Hey, dude, just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me unless I have my coffee, dude. Just don't do it. Shut up, you fruit bowl. Anyway, coffee is up today. And, here we go. Coffee is up. A lot of see a red out here in the commodities market. Coffee is up 0.77%. And let me tell you, I'd like to take this time once again to remind everybody to boycott Starbucks. Boycott Starbucks, that anti-American piece of crap company. Boycott Starbucks. These son of a bitches are going to slap the American consumer in the face by saying that they're going to hire 10,000 illegal immigrants to defy the rule of law that has been enacted. Screw you, Starbucks! Anyway, where the hell was I? Oh, yeah, sugar! Sugar is down 0.20%. We've got orange juice up 1% on the day for orange juice. Who else we got? We've got cotton down today, 1.63% decrease for cotton. Lumber up modestly today, 0.55% increase on the day for lumber. Rubber is up today, 1.10% increase on the day for rubber, and ethanol is down 1.02% decrease on the day for ethanol. Let's get to livestock, shall we? Now, we're seeing some weird increases in livestock because we've been seeing it decrease for so very long. I personally believe that this may be the bottom for livestock as far as I'm concerned, with the exception of maybe lean hog, which has been going up ever since National Pork Month. Because, I mean, we've just seen nothing but decreases, especially in live cattle. But when a day like today, when you see an increase in the value of the dollar and you take a listen to all the other commodities and how it's a bloodbath today in the commodities market, you would figure that live cattle and these types of commodities would take it on the teeth as well. That's the complete opposite that happened today. So let's go ahead and get right to it. Live cattle is up 1.48% increase on the day for live cattle. Cattle feeder is also up today, up modestly, 0.20%, which is very odd because, as I've stated, many of the components of cattle feeder are in the grains commodity sector, and we saw nothing but decreases all across the board within that sector, so it's very odd to see this even up at all. And then we've got lean hog, folks. Lean hog is up 1.36% increase on the day for lean hog. And before I get to anything else, let's go ahead and get to the Bitcoin price. And the reason I'm starting to cover the Bitcoin price at this point is because this cryptocurrency is now starting to become a legitimate form of an alternative means to exchange goods and services. What did I tell you? What did I tell you not too long ago? That people are starting to get rid of tangible cash. We've seen it in Venezuela. We've seen it in India. They're starting to talk about it in the EU. We cannot allow that to happen here in the United States, folks. I mean, we have to have tangible cash because then the state, all right, the state becomes the overlord of the cash system and really can whatever cash from us at their own leisure. If they enact some new law that taxes you, I mean, they're already talking about taxing people for breathing, per se. with this new climate change nonsense and, your carbon footprint. I mean, what else are they going to do? What else are they going to tax you for? They're taxing people for salt out there in New York. They've banned in New York, sodas that are above a certain size and fluid ounces. I mean, this is the kind of garbage that we're headed towards if people in America are not politically active. And that's why I am trying to take this show with a little bit more of a serious tone at this point, because we have to be serious as it pertains to our political actions at this point in time. This is not a joke. I know a lot of people want to just pretend that life is but a joke and you want to be an obnoxious piece of trash. Unfortunately, it's not going to hit you until your life is in danger. And that's the unfortunate part about a lot of the people that consider the political spectrum, the political sphere of influence as a joke, because they're not going to get it until their lives are in danger. And I hate to say that that's the unfortunate fact of reality, but it just seems that that's the unfortunate fact of reality. People are not going to learn. You can try to convey to them in the most rational and cognitively reasonable explanation possible, and it's just not going to get through them until their lives are in jeopardy, and it's very, very sad. Anyway, let's get to Bitcoin, because that's why I was talking about how we need cash. We cannot become a cashless society. As a matter of fact, the group of people that are affected by a cashless society the most are the poor. The poor are the ones that are affected the most by a cashless society, because the poor, they can't concoct some level or some means of income that they could get paid cash for, like shoe shining, for instance. I'm just using that as an example. I mean, some unskilled chap out of an impoverished area of a society, gets them a shoe shine box and goes up to people and says, hey, you want a shoe shine? You want a shoe shine? I'll give you a shoe shine for $3 or whatever the case might be. And, after soliciting enough people for a shoe shine, you're going to get yourself some customers. They're going to pay you cash. And before you know it, if you work your ass hard enough, even if you're poor, you can come home at the end of the night with a big piece of chicken. So, anyway, that's all I'm saying here, all right? That's all I'm saying. And thank you for somebody who actually looked up why cocoa is going down. They actually found an article in Bloomberg that Latin America and Africa had a very, very good harvest of cocoa this year, but down in demand. The demand is down, so people are not consuming chocolate. Good God. Anyway, back to the Bitcoin price. It is now $1,060.99 per Bitcoin, folks. $1,060.99 per Bitcoin, and that, my friends, is the markets for your ass, all right? Now, with that being said here, let me go ahead and get to some preliminary news before I get to some Twitter shout-outs here. And the reason I want to do so is because we've got so much goddamn stuff to talk about. All right, I'm serious. There's so many damn things to talk about out here. I mean, I don't even know where to start at this point. I don't even know where in the hell to start. But the first thing I want to do is talk about Donald Trump hitting fake news right in the teeth. Let me go ahead and retweet what Donald Trump tweeted earlier here. Fake news media failing New York Times, NBC News, ABC, CBS, CNN. It's not my enemy. It's the enemy of the American people. Look at this right here. That's what I'm talking about, President Trump. That's what I'm talking about. Folks, if you go back in my timeline earlier this week, after that unfortunate Tuesday incident, and let me tell you why Tuesday I was so jaded, because I knew that they were going to come at Trump in this capacity. I actually knew about it on Monday. And I knew that it was the deep state that was implementing these kinds of roadblocks and obstructions that were attempting to undermine the president. And they are not just utilizing the deep state, they're also utilizing the political class a la the Republican establishment, to help set up Trump so it can make him look incompetent. So with that being said, then we had the fallout from the Mike Flynn situation, which I'm glad Trump came out yesterday and gave that unbelievable press conference that basically bitch slapped the media. And as I stated in a tweet that Tuesday evening, that he has to have a speech directly to the American people, and he has to call them. He has to directly talk to them, and that's exactly what he did yesterday. He said it several times in the speech that he's talking directly to the American people. And in the tweets that I said on that Tuesday evening after that show, that not only does Trump have to call out the factions that are against him and call out fake news and that sort of thing, I also talked about what he should do to combat this particular deep state element. And lo and behold, folks, a lot of things have transpired since then. A lot of things. Now, I know on Tuesday people are like, no, Ghost, it's not over, and, stop sounding defeatist, and, oh, my God. I was doing that in hopes of inspiring people to take this political process serious, folks. This is serious business. I don't think that you people understand the seriousness for which we are in. And I'm talking about those of us that are partaking in the capitalist army operations, that are helping the Trump train, and that are investigating certain elements that are now, quote, fake news, according to the mainstream media. And I'm talking about Pizzagate and the like. We are in some serious cloak and dagger games, folks. And I want to reiterate that this is very dangerous. This is not some fake game. All right? This isn't some video game. I mean, each and every one of you that are partaking in this game with me and with us, you're putting your lives in danger. And I am not going to underscore that lightly. You're putting your lives in danger, and that goes for everybody on poll. That goes for everybody who's investigating all angles of this web of just complicated and very, very disgusting information. I mean, that's what we are. This is a new revolution. What we are witnessing right now, right before our very eyes on the internet, is a digital revolution. And these revolutions that we are witnessing right now is not fought on no battlefield. Information is power. Didn't I always say that throughout my whole goddamn internet broadcasting career going back to 2008? Information is power. Information. And look at how information can bring people down. Look at how information can literally be that much more powerful than an army of men. And that's why I'm saying to you folks, this is very, very dangerous. So I'm warning you, after I take the Twitter shout-outs, you know what? I'll take the Twitter shout-outs in a second. This is just too important. I got to warn you that what we're about to delve into is very, very dangerous stuff. Now, let me go ahead and get into what I'm talking about here. There was last evening, and I tweeted about this as it happened, a data dumping of the CIA. Now, this is very, very serious stuff. I mean, this data dump is unlike anything that has ever been dumped in the history of the internet. Now, let me go ahead and retweet the tweet here. I'm not sure if the 4chan poll thread is still available. If not, a lot of people have basically reestablished the link and reestablished the data elsewhere. It's 4 gigabytes of information that basically consist of CIA field operatives, CIA torture sites, CIA operative addresses, where they've been stationed, for how long, CIA IP addresses, CIA email addresses. I mean, this is a treasure trove that any foreign government would want to get their hands on. And it was released last night, and I've tried to tweet it out as often as I possibly can. I just tweeted here. This is one of the most dangerous data dumps that has ever been dumped in Internet history. Now, why was it dumped? Okay? Why was the data dumped in this particular capacity in the first place? Because, folks, remember on Tuesday, I was pretty dejected because I didn't believe that anybody's really taking this goddamn game very serious. This is a very serious political game here that we're playing. I know that I go on the show. I know that I do Twitter shout-outs. I know I do radio graffiti, and a lot of trolls think it's really funny and that sort of thing. But, folks, right now, what we are conducting ourselves in right now is something that is about to reestablish what the online presence of individuals are. And this goes to show you that those of us online can have a direct impact, and not just talking a direct impact, an impact that goes far beyond the comprehension of even those within the deep state. Now, why was the CIA docs released? It was released because, as I stated on Tuesday, they had the Trump administration in check at this point in time. I was a little pessimistic that day because, I mean, this was the deep state in conjunction with the Republican establishment. Now, as I stated, folks, I told you the chain of events that happened, and the chain of events that happened was as follows. Michael T. Flynn was on a phone conversation with the Russian ambassador prior to the swearing in of President Trump. Now, the substance of the phone call and the phone call in general was not illegal, and nor was the conversations of anything discussed illegal. The problem is that the NSA or rogue elements therein decided that they knew about this call, they eavesdropped on the call, they recorded the call, and as a result, they forwarded that call to the DOJ, the Department of Justice, which at the time was ran by Yates, that Yates broad that didn't want to implement the immigration reform that had to be removed. Yates approached the Trump administration stating that they've got information that could potentially jeopardize Michael T. Flynn in a blackmail situation with the Russians. The Trump administration kind of dismissed it because I personally believe the Trump administration knew what Michael T. Flynn did. Now, the story is, this is where the story gets skewed a little bit. The story goes as follows, and this is what insiders have told me, this is what Roger Stone has even validated, that really what's happening on the inside is this. Michael T. Flynn basically told the president and the vice president exactly what he had conducted as it pertained to all the diplomatic calls that he made on that evening in which he had the conversation with the Russian ambassador. He had talked to about 30 different, representatives of 30 different countries. So it wasn't just exclusively the Russian ambassador. Now, what Mike Pence did, which I find very, very precarious, is that he went on Sunday shows a couple of weeks back insisting, and not to mention doubling down, alluding to the fact that the Trump administration had never had any communication with any Russian intelligence ambassador or anything to that capacity, insisted on it. So from that point on, I don't know how the Trump administration handled that because, anyone who knew that Mike T. Flynn talked to the Russian ambassador knew that was a lie. What Mike Pence was saying in the mainstream media was an absolute lie. But I personally believe that Donald Trump didn't really think anything of it. Maybe Pence got reprimanded. Maybe he didn't. Who knows? Fast forward to here recently, the NSA, who illegally tapped Michael T. Flynn's phone to obtain this recording or this conversation with the Russian ambassador, they took transcripts of that recording and leaked it to the Washington Post and the New York Times. Then the Washington Post and the New York Times released it in great detail, and unfortunately for Michael T. Flynn and the Trump administration, this story caught teeth. It caught teeth, and in the story it alluded to the fact that Mike Pence was lied to by Michael T. Flynn, and that Michael T. Flynn withheld information from the vice president, and that's where this whole resignation of Michael T. Flynn comes from at this point in time. It's not the fact that he had the actual conversation with the Russian ambassador. It was the fact that supposedly he didn't tell Mike Pence the whole truth, and as a result, that's why he had to hand in his resignation. In my personal opinion, folks, from my sources, Mike Pence did that. He did that on purpose. All right? He did that on purpose, and in my view, he colluded with the intelligence community. Now, whether he directly got the information from the intelligence community or got it from, like, let's say, I don't know, Paul Ryan, and then maybe snail-mailed it through Priebus to Pence. I mean, remember, these intelligence folks debrief Congress every day. They debrief Congress every day, and we know that the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, has his boy right in the inner workings of the Trump administration, and I'm talking about Reince Priebus. I personally believe that this was all coordinated amongst all those parties in an attempt to try to make Trump look incompetent. Now, Trump, somebody advised him that, okay, we'll play the game. We'll play the political game. Michael T. Flynn resigned, and like I said yesterday, if you take a look at the press conference of Donald Trump yesterday, and take a look at when he makes a reference to Mike Pence, and he glares at Mike Pence. He glares right at him. Mike Pence is right in the front row. Right after he makes that comment about Mike Pence, he glares right at him like, you little piece of crap. And I'm not too sure if you saw the post picture of yesterday's signing of the bill that basically kind of throws away all of Obama's restriction on coal. He put Pence at the very end of the picture. Did y'all notice that? He put Pence at the very end of the damn picture, for Christ's sake. Hey, engineer, can you try to find that for me, for Christ's sake? Because that'd be funny, man. I mean, he had Pence at the damn end of the I'm telling you, he had him at the end. And remember, during the primaries, he used to make fun of people that were at the end of the debates. All right, look here. Let me see if I can find. There it is, right here. Go ahead. Let me retweet that. Look at this. This was done literally. I believe this was the coal signing, if I'm not mistaken. No, this may have been something else. I don't know who these people are. It may have been something here. But look at Mike Pence. Look at Mike Pence there at the very end with that shit-eating grin, for a lack of a better term. He knows he's in trouble. Look at this idiot. And not to mention now Donald Trump is going to send him to Europe, which I think is a very good idea. I think that he needs to be put as far away from the White House as possible, as far as I'm concerned. And Reince Priebus, I think that in that particular press conference yesterday, Trump was trying to lay the foundation. He was trying to lay the foundation for potentially demoting Reince Priebus and potentially having him accept the demotion or resign himself so that he can not look incompetent like they were trying to make him look, but instead make Reince Priebus look like the incompetent piece of crap by being demoted and then resigning himself. So, with that being said, I want to reiterate right now that what we're about to go into is very serious business. And I alluded to on Tuesday that the deep state, in conjunction with the political establishment of the Republican Party, put Donald Trump in check. Now, I always compare what we are doing here in politics as a chessboard, because that's exactly what it is. So right on Tuesday, the intelligence community and the Republican establishment had Trump in check. Well, folks, it took a few days, but now the intelligence community is in check, and not to mention the Republican establishment is in check. I don't think it's an accident that Paul Ryan came out today and pushed some, ridiculous, kind of a flimsy, wholly, very vague alternative to Obamacare really, really quick, because he knows that people are calling for his head because he is being complacent, he's being a bureaucrat, and people are starting to recognize that the Republicans who dominate the Congress should be acting a little bit more rapidly as it pertains to passing a lot of these bills. So, in my personal opinion, the Trump administration hit back, and I think they hit back appropriately. I thought that was a great speech and a great press conference yesterday. He basically simplified everything to the American people because, unfortunately, you got to dumb things down for the American people. I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that Joe Sixpack, they're working all day. They're probably raising children. They don't have enough time to be understanding all the complexities that is comprised in this political game. I mean, this political game, once you start knowing the real dirtiness and satanic aspect of it, you start realizing that this is unbelievable. I mean, it is. It's unfreaking believable. Now, getting back to the CIA docs, let me go ahead and retweet that one more again so I can put that at the head of my timeline here. Now, why was the CIA doxxed? Let me explain something. First and foremost, on Tuesday, I also said that it's not a coincidence that Michael T. Flynn and his son were one of the vocal persons about Pizzagate in the administration. I mean, Michael T. Flynn, General Michael T. Flynn, even retweeted certain Pizzagate tweets. And we talked about it yesterday that after Michael T. Flynn was fired, we had people within the Democratic Party, even Hillary Clinton themselves, making fun of the situation. Some idiot named Felipe or some crap, some Democratic consultant, tweeted at Michael T. Flynn with the comment, "What goes around comments around." Yeah, Felipe Reigns, all right? What goes around comments around, and given your pizza obsession, gives the links to Domino's Pizza jobs listings. And then this woman, Hillary Clinton, she also retweets that Felipe's got his own way of saying things, but he has a point about the real consequences of fake news. I mean, do you understand how evil these people are? I mean, they're trying to mock the fact that they could be implicated in some kind of child sex ring, for heaven's sake. I mean, they're mocking the fact. They're mocking it. I mean, folks, if somebody said that about you, that you could have been a part of some kind of a child sex, satanic freaking ring, trafficking, child sacrificing, spirit cooking, whatever, I mean, would you go out there and act cocky about it and be like, well, I guess what goes around comments around, huh? I mean, would you actually be doing that? Absolutely not. I would be doing everything within my power to try to prove that, look, I have nothing to do with this garbage. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, why these people are mocking only proves their guilt. It only proves their guilt as far as I'm concerned, man. Now, I know I'm going off keister here, but it's not a coincidence that Michael T. Flynn was vocal about this Pizzagate scenario, and then he becomes the focal point of political assassination, and now he's no longer with the Trump administration. I don't think that's a coincidence, folks. And if you start investigating what's going on in our government, and once you start getting into the Pizzagate and where all these coincidences, and look, regardless of what CNN, Fox News, ABC, whoever suggests that Pizzagate is fake news, they, in my opinion, are a part of this crap. Because this Pizzagate scenario goes so far, folks, if you want my opinion, the CIA is at the bottom of child sex trafficking. I'm not joking around. I mean, why are they so adamant about literally not investigating these coincidences as it pertains to child sex trafficking or child sex abuse? And moreover, didn't I go over yesterday that there has been a massive amount of arrests as it pertains to child sex rings in America today? That's not an accident. The Trump administration is doing whatever it can so that it can implicate the highest levels of authority involved with child abduction, child sex abuse, child murder. And by the way, isn't it not another coincidence that Jerry Sandusky, the Penn State rapist himself, the Penn State child rapist, his son is rounded up in one of these damn rings, for Christ's sake. Over 1,500 people have been arrested or freed as it pertains to this roundup. And when I mean freed, I'm talking about people that were being held against their will, being sex trafficked. And that's why I'm saying, folks, this is very, very scary stuff. Very, very scary stuff. And folks, in my opinion, that's why they tried to take out Michael T. Flynn through character assassination. And that's why the CIA and the deep state is going after Trump, because they don't want to be exposed for what they're doing. And folks, I know people want to sit here and they want to deny that, the government is not involved with child sex trafficking, that the government is not involved with any of this nefarious activity that's been uncovered. But when you start researching and understanding the facts, there's nowhere else to go in assumption at this point. There's nowhere else to go in assumption at this point in time. And in my opinion, I believe that the CIA is at the bottom of child sex abuse as far as I'm concerned. And not only are they at the bottom of it, but they use it to keep everybody that's in the apparatus of authority loyal. I believe that I'm not even joking around. Not only is it used as a method of, I don't know, I guess satanic power. I mean, these people really believe in satanic powers, folks. I know it's very hard for you all to gather your minds around that, but, I mean, it's not a coincidence that, Hillary Clinton, she would secretly go to L.A. and, some witchcraft coven. And this is not a joke. I mean, this has been said by a former confidant of the Clintons, Larry Nichols. It's been said by L.A. papers at the time in the 90s. These people are very sick, man. And that's why I'm saying right now, in my personal opinion, we need to start looking more and more in what's going on with these child pedophile rings and child sex abuse type of situations. And that's why I really don't like it when these troll terrorists try to make fun of that particular subject matter, because in my view, I think that's the last line of morality in a moralist society. When we've lost all of our morals as a society, and I think that the last value, all right, the last value of morality is whether or not you think that child sex abuse is okay or not okay. And I don't think it's okay. I think that you should be killed if you're found doing such a thing. I think that you should be killed. But no, you've got people trying to defend this garbage. You've got New York Times articles trying to justify it. You've got Salon.com providing favorable articles towards pedophiles. I'm not joking around, folks. This is the way it is, for Christ's sake. This is the way it is. I mean, wake up. You don't think there's a satanic element afoot in our hierarchy of authority of government? I mean, folks, okay, since we're going down this rabbit hole, let's just go ahead and put it all out on the table, all right? All right, let's go ahead and put it all on the table, and whether you think I'm crazy or not, well, then go turn the radio off. I don't really give a crap. You people are half dead anyway. But is it a coincidence again? I mean, how many coincidences do we have to have before people start making an assumption that maybe there's something going on here, okay? Let's just say, do you think it's a coincidence, okay, that there is a tropical storm headed towards, right now, California, that has been having nonstop rain in torrential proportions? This is right after a drought. Remember, California, we need rain, we're having a drought. Remember they kept bitching about it? Well, now they've had too much rain, and of course we've talked about the Oroville Dam that is about to bust, and they've been trying to release water from this dam in an attempt to offset levels so that the levees don't become compromised and cause a very catastrophic situation in California. Well, aside from California, especially in this area of Oroville, having a lot of different rain events on a consecutive basis here, but at the same time, folks, there is a tropical storm headed, and not to mention it's already hitting, I think, Southern California, heading north, called Lucifer. Yeah, Tropical Storm Lucifer is hitting goddamn California right when the goddamn dam of Oroville is about to break. Now, do you call that a coincidence? Do you call that a fucking... Jesus Christ, wake up, you stupid morons! Oh, it just happens to be a coincidence. The name Lucifer was next on the list of tropical storms, Ghost. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, it's just all a coincidence. It all is just a coincidence. Get that. Give me the mic. Stupid, man. You see? And that's why, with all due respect, folks, that's why this political game is not for everybody. Because to be honest with you, people that are here right now, I'm looking at people like, Pizzagate is fake, Ghost, and that the names of the hurricanes and the tropical storms are they're chosen beforehand. And these are the people that, to be honest with you, we don't really need to acknowledge and should be, for a lack of a better term, have social Darwinism take care of them. I mean, listen, I have compassion for people, but I have compassion for people that actually want to progress society, and instead of highlighting things that you think are somewhat non-coincidental, why don't you just put all the coincidences together and then maybe do some kind of mathematical percentage on how all these coincidences and the probability of all these coincidences happen at the same time. And not even mathematically can you actually, all right, can you actually concoct this as some sort of probable idea. Not even mathematically. So, as I stated, folks, I think people need to wake up and realize that there is a very evil element that is controlling the world today, and you either are going to submit to it, like many of the people that are out here claiming that, they know more than those of us that have actually gone out and read and have done research and that understand the elements for which tie all these freak shows that are in power today, the elements that tie it, for Christ's sake. Somebody's saying, implying that the government or whoever has some sort of weather-making machine. Oh, gee. I mean, do we have to go there again, man? Do we have to go there again? They have it, you stupid moron! Look, they have it via HAARP, first and foremost. But that's not just the only way that they can create, especially rain. They can seed clouds, and they don't necessarily have to seed clouds. Here's a clip of NASA that has a place, I believe, somewhere in Missouri or Mississippi, somewhere in the South here. Here right here. Let me go ahead and, Let me go ahead and tweet this out. Look at this here. Let me put hashtag rain machine. How you like that? Rain machine. And let me put California on that hashtag so people can kind of understand what the hell's going on here, for Christ's sake. Stupid idiots. Here, right here. Let me go ahead and tweet it right now. Here. NASA's rain machine right there, all right? And that right there was a episode on Top Gear, okay? Everybody's little favorite show, Top Gear, you know? That's this show on the BBC. So what? What are you going to say now, assholes? Huh? What are you going to say?
Oh, it's tinfoil hatting. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
There it is right there. I just tweeted rain machine, all right? I misspelled machine because I was freaking spelling it with one arm, with one hand, but who gives a crap? You know what? Let me do that again. Hold on. Let me do that again. That looks freaking ignorant, for Christ's sake. That's what you get for multitasking. I've got 5 computers here, folks. So, that's how I'm able to keep track of everything on the show. You know, Twitter, shout-outs. I've got the Inner Circle chat room going on. What's going on to the Inner Circle, by the way? Inner Circle in the house. Here, let me go ahead and retweet that, for Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Anyway, folks, once again, there it is, the rain machine. All you got to do is just look at it for yourself. So for all you people that are like,
well, you're implying that the government can make rain and induce weather?
Bruh, they've been doing that for a long time by now. I mean, they did it in Vietnam! I mean, that's why in Vietnam they had that ridiculous monsoon season, which it just rained. I mean, even Forrest Gump talked about it in the movie Forrest Gump. And one day it just kept raining and raining and raining and raining. Big old fat rain, big old fat rain. I mean, I'm serious, man. So, anyone who believes that the weather can't be manipulated, well, there you go, right there. Okay, I just retweeted it again, and I spelled machine right. Okay, I'm doing it with one hand here. Anyway, with that being said, there it is. NASA makes their own rain clouds. It's on top. That's a Top Gear episode, folks. That's a Top Gear episode. So that's all there is to it, folks. I mean, you all now. What else? What other excuse are you going to get? Huh? What other? Now that I've already conquered all the excuses that you morons on Twitter are talking about, what other excuse are you going to give now? Huh? What other excuse are you going to give now? That's right, you can't. Because you're idiots. That's all you know how to do is,
yeah, well, what about...
That's what bureaucrats do. That's what... Oh, man, are you kidding me? Bureaucrats are excellent at doing that.
Yeah, but what about...
Even though we're on the goddamn internet, you can look all this stuff up for yourself. But no, you're half a tard. You're like,
yeah, but...
Stupid idiot, for Christ's sake. I'm telling you, that's why... I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know. I have no idea. Jesus Christ, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Anyway, man, I just wish you people would just open your goddamn minds, for Christ's sake, man. This is very serious business. I mean, open your goddamn minds, for heaven's sake, man. Open your minds! Anyway, I think I'm dropping too many red pills that people are like,
nah, you're lying, Ghost. You're lying.
Well, then fine. think I'm lying, and then just disconnect the show. Don't even listen to me then. Why are you here? Why are you listening? I'm telling you, folks, you people are not going to learn until your lives are in jeopardy. And by that time, it's going to be way too late. And, you know, hey, it's not like nobody told you. Anyway, look, I know I'm going off keister here. I didn't really mean to bring up this Oroville Dam situation so early in the broadcast, but I mean the bottom line is, folks, is that you know, don't think things are a coincidence, man. I mean, there's too many coincidences happening for people now to just throw their ignorant minds and believe that.
No, it just happened. It just happened. That's not true. It's just a coincidence. That's all there is. It's just a coincidence. That's all there is to it. It's just a coincidence. That's all there is to it. It's a coincidence, Ghost.
Anyway, folks, that's why all these things are happening. I mean, that's why the CIA had their docs dropped, folks, because now the deep state is now in shallow waters. And now they can no longer hide in the shadows. And believe me when I say that this Oroville Dam situation it's gonna happen. It's gonna burst. You know now they're not gonna tell people to evacuate now. There is no evacuation orders. And they're not going to tell you when it busts. So that means that anybody who is in the spillway area there, which encompasses a very good portion of Northern California, you're not going to know when that dam busts. And if you do know, there's no way out. There ain't no way out of there. So in my personal opinion, folks, this is going to be a very precarious situation. It could be the 9/11 event that could either make or break the country. And what I mean by make or breaking the country, right now we are at just a divisive part in American history. We're all divided. And folks, right now, when this dam breaks, because it's going to break, and when it breaches and it breaks, tens of thousands of people are going to die. Tens of thousands of people are going to die. And not just because of the flood damage, but from what I've read, there's some natural gas pipelines and gas lines that are in this area that are being constructed. And if those are compromised because of the dam levees breaking and the water damage, that could provide a whole new avenue of victims. So, as I've been saying, folks, we need to realize that they're setting something up here with this Oroville Dam situation, and, you know, this coincidence, okay, you know, if you want to believe it's a coincidence, then continue to believe it's a coincidence. But this coincidence of Lucifer, the tropical storm Lucifer, hitting the coast and in the mainland of California this weekend, right at the time in which this dam is about to be breached, I just don't think it's a coincidence, man. And I think this could also affect Trump as far as I'm concerned, because they're going to blame this on Trump. They're going to blame this on him being incompetent. I'm telling you this right now, mark my words. I am the prognosticator of prognosticators. They are going to use this as grounds to impeach Trump for incompetence. And the reason is because why are they leaving all those people there knowing that the damn imbecilic, broke down dam is in a very, very decrepit state? I mean, it's fallen apart. It's not a matter of if, it's when these levees break, man. Tens of thousands of people are going to die. And everybody on Twitter right now that are, you know, oh, you're conspiracy theorists. Oh, you're putting the tinfoil hat. Hey, that's what y'all said about me the whole time. And take a look at everything that I have said ever since I've come back in March, and take a look at it come to pass. Huh? Take a look at everything that I have said that has come to pass, and mark my word, this will come to pass. This weekend, you are going to see you're going to see videos. You're going to see the devastation of California like you've never seen it before, and the reason is because it's not a matter of if, it's when, for Christ's sake. You know, I mean, it's not a matter of if, it's when. So, in my personal opinion, I think that it's going to be some serious business. People are asking, well, you're implying impeachment for incompetence. Explain George W. Bush. I think I've explained George W. Bush 1,000 times. His daddy is one of the key leaders of the deep black operations state. All right, that's why. I don't want to go over that whole situation one more again. I mean, but this is serious business. Now, I know I'm going all over the place here, and the reason I started talking about the Oroville Dam is because, I mean, this CIA is going to continue to throw as many obstacles at the Trump administration as possible. But what I do want to do is continue to promote the data dump of the CIA, so let me go ahead and retweet that again. There it is. And I want everybody to, gather that information, because the more people have that information, regardless if they take it down, that information is spread around like wildfire. All right, I mean, and now the deep state is out in the open. They're no longer the deep state. They're not in the shadows. They're not in the shadows anymore, man. And listen, the reason that these documents and this data was dropped, because it's an internal war. I mean, this deep state does not have the right to supersede an elected government. And that's exactly what this deep state believes that it can do. It thinks it has the authority to do. You understand? It thinks that it has the authority to just go ahead and supersede whatever elected government necessary. And what we, the people, and that includes many within the intelligence community itself, I've said this time and time again, that there are elements within the intelligence community that are on our side as well. They're also doing things to combat the deep state, and one of which is this unearthing of the CIA. And look, folks, if you have not seen these CIA documents, I mean, there is a treasure trove of information on here. I mean, CIA IP addresses, CIA databases, CIA email addresses. Folks, if you scan those email addresses in that CIA data dump, you'll find an email address for Hillary Clinton, and you will find an address that says, and I swear to God, you can look it up for yourself, bin_Laden at CIA.gov. I'm not even joking. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. bin_Laden at CIA.gov. Look it up. Look it up. I mean, there is so much information in this particular data dump of the CIA. It is one of the biggest data dumps in world history to date. The information that is in this particular data dump is not only sought after by those of us that are very interested in understanding who and what the deep state is and how the CIA operates. I mean, there's black site listings. I mean, there's the works, 4 gigabytes of information. But every government and their brother wants this information. Now, why put it out? Simple. Because right now, as this information continues to go out, The CIA as we know it, a secret clandestine organization, is no longer secret and clandestine, which by default nullifies it and its prominence within the intelligence community. So without too many words, they're pretty much rendered impotent. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much rendered impotent. So once again, folks, I would like everybody to try to download that information. People are currently going through it as we speak. We've been going through it all night. Like I said, that's how we know, there is a Hillary Clinton email address with a CIA.gov, bin_Laden. And we all know that bin Laden was a part of the CIA. He was a CIA asset. For a time there, when you Googled his CIA operation name, Tim Osman, Google even admitted that he was a CIA asset. I mean, I'm not even joking around. I know you people are out here thinking that, oh, you're lying. You're lying. That's why you are the loser you are, and then those of us that are enlightened to the truth, we're not going to be shocked. You know what I mean? We're not going to be shocked when, things like this come about. We're going to know, and we're going to know how to react. We're going to know how to react. Anyway, folks, please go over those CIA documents. And anyone who has a blog, anyone who has any kind of sphere of influence, please write about these things. I think that even the mainstream media is scared to touch this particular data dump because they don't want to be the ones that are spreading this information. This is very real information. These are addresses of agents. I mean, this is beyond anything that I have ever come across as it pertains to data dumps. And listen, I've been a part of a lot of data dumps in my day. This takes the taco, man. This takes the taco. And let me tell you, whoever was the insider, because it was an insider that leaked all this information out. You can't just hack the CIA. The insider that leaked this out, whoever it is, God rest his soul, because this man is going to, or woman, whoever, is going to end up straight murdered, I mean, Jesus Christ. But hey, you got to be down to die when it's your time to die. And not to mention, we cannot let these Satanists and these sick child sex abusers think that they can continue to get away with this much longer. And right now, because of this CIA data dump, we've got the deep state in check right now. Now, unfortunately, it's their move. It's their move. And that's why I brought up this Oroville, this California tropical storm Lucifer situation. All right, that's why I brought it up. I'm just saying. Right now, it's the deep state's move, and they're in a very precarious situation. Believe me, the CIA is shitting bricks that this information about them is exposed, because now they don't have to worry about us. They have to worry about governments, making moves on them. And I'm talking, having FSB agents or these type of agents going and trying to find these people and, kind of canceling their effing contract, if you understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, Jesus Christ. Anyway. Oh, yeah, and here, Julian Assange just posted this about a minute ago. Washington Post is in $600 million bed with the CIA. Here it is right here, folks. And we wonder why, the Mike Flynn phone call was leaked to the Washington Post. I've told you, man. Do you understand that? I've told you. This is real. Wake up, man. The mainstream media are all CIA agents. That's why I keep calling on each and every one of you listening. We've got to take politics serious. We've got to take it serious, man. If you are literally a part of the capitalist army, if you're a part of the inner circle, literally, folks, we're in some dangerous games here. I mean, this is some dangerous cloak and dagger games, and if you don't want to be a part of it, then I strongly advise you not to listen to this show anymore, or not to even follow this show, or not even search the data that is dumped on my Twitter account, whatever the case might be. I strongly advise you not to do it. Scary times, man. This is scary business. I mean, the impossible is possible.
Oh, it's impossible, Ghost. There wouldn't be any child sex abusers in the high-level rankings of government. Come on. Come on, Ghost. You're lying. There's no rain-making machine. Come on, you're lying. Come on, Ghost. You're lying. There's no CIA agents in the media. You're lying.
I wouldn't say this crap to just be a blowhard, okay? I'm saying this to try to inform the people that are listening. I'm trying to enlighten you people. I'm trying to spark the synapses in your brain to understand that the truth is stranger than fiction. And that's what I want you to penetrate in your mind. That's why I do this broadcast, you morons. That's why I do this broadcast, to spread the truth. The goddamn truth. I'm not up here trying to be some attention whore. If that was the case, you don't think, Jesus Christ, how many times do I have to tell you people this? You don't think that I could be like, hey, I tell you what, I'm going to dox myself here in about 3 months and at this location, and I'll tell you what, whoever wants to come with me and party with me, how about $2,000 a pop? I mean, I'm not joking, I can do anything. I don't want the attention, assholes! I'm trying to convey information! I don't want the attention! I'm trying to convey information! I don't want the attention! I'm trying to convey information! I don't want the attention! I'm trying to convey information! Good God! Good God! I mean, that's all I'm trying to do, folks. I am not an attention whore here. Do you think I want to make a living off of being an object of one's venting frustration because of politics? I'm trying to spread ideas. Do you understand that? It's a battle of ideas, folks. I've said that ever since I started this broadcast. It's a battle of ideas. And that's what I'm trying to convey to you. I'm trying to convey the ideas that we need to be a government for the people and by the people, and we need to have an economic system of capitalism. And let me tell you, that's what I fight for every damn day when I wake up and do this broadcast 3 hours a day. Capitalism. Capitalism is the essence of freedom. When one is financially independent, when they are their own boss, when they can create their own income, when they can suffice their own needs and wants, there is nothing more liberating than being an independent capitalist. There is nothing more liberating than being an independent capitalist, folks. Capitalism is the essence of freedom. I'm telling you this right now. I hope that you heed my call, because this is it. Look, there's choppers going over my house right now. I don't really give a crap. I hope that everybody that my goddamn voice reaches. I hope that my voice conjures up synapses in your brain and molds you into believing that you are your own individual. And that you can do anything if you put your mind to it and believe. If you don't believe in yourself, then you've already lost. Now, folks, look, I know I'm going off keister here. I've got a lot to talk about. Let me go ahead and get a drink here. Give me my drink, for Christ's sake. Oh, man, good stuff. Anyway, I want to talk about something else that has been uncovered by investigators. Something by some woman by the name of Catherine Agnew. Who is Catherine Agnew? Now, folks, let me go ahead and retweet this tweet. All right, I'm about to retweet it right now. Now, this is a Reddit post. Now, I know Reddit is, what it is. But this was a Reddit post, and it looks like, of course, they've taken it down because there are a bunch of milky-licking pieces of crap. Who got it? My bad. Anyway, this particular investigation relating to a person by the name of Catherine Mullen Agnew, the reason that this is so weird is because there has been a plethora of different Twitter accounts relating to this Catherine Agnew, in which she starts name-dropping all kinds of different internal government officials and implicating them in a variety of different nefarious activities, even implicating John, Heather, and Tony Podesta in Pizzagate-related activities going as far back as 2011. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, each and every one of these Catherine Agnew Twitter accounts are kind of bumbled together, and they're kind of erratic, as if this woman is possibly have suffered from some kind of brainwashing, unwinding, MK Ultra, traumatic stress, something to that capacity. You could tell this person has been traumatized and could be potentially, coming off from that. So some of the ramblings that she puts in a lot of these different, there's at least 20 or 30 different accounts relating to this Catherine Agnew, in which she just drops names. She says very, very weird stuff relating to Pizzagate. Here's one of the tweets in general here. Let me go ahead and retweet this tweet here. This is one of the tweets by Catherine Agnew, and it says, John Podesta, Heather, and Tony from the beginning with, I believe it's Cohalan, I believe, and dirty cops and sheriffs from the 6th Precinct right onto Death House has my red vet. Now, this particular tweet here, folks, was tweeted back in December of 2011. December 15th in 2011. Now, why would somebody be tweeting this in 2011, December 2011, especially relating to John Podesta? And, this is not just the only tweet. She also talks about John Podesta, murder houses. She talks about basements under Washington, D.C. She talks about a waterboarding computer that they hook her up to torture her with. Really, really freaked out stuff. But the name dropping that she is dropping as far back as 2011 is really, really bizarre. So people are actually going through all these tweets, and they're finding very, very precarious anomalies as it pertains to this woman's rantings. Now, they have tried to find this woman, and apparently she was affluent at one point in time. She was married at one point in time, so that validates a lot of her claims that she claims on these rantings on a variety of these different Twitter accounts. Now, the only reason that I'm bringing this up, folks, is because, this falls, once again, another coincidence, right? No, you're lying, Ghost. There's no coincidence. You're lying. Right? I'm lying. Here we go again. You're lying, Ghost. All I'm saying is this, folks. All I'm saying is that people need to understand that the truth is stranger than fiction. All right? The truth is stranger than fiction. And, for those of you that are going to sit here and talk about, that's just a coincidence. Stop trying to make more of it than it is. Okay, fine. Okay, we'll just say that's an incoherent, broad rambling about nothing in 2011 that happened to point out that the Podestas were nefarious idiots that, did Pizzagate activity. Here's Andrew Breitbart on February 4, 2011, right from the grave, baby. Here's Andrew Breitbart right here. Here you go. Right here. How Prague guru John Podesta isn't household name as world-class underage sex slave op cover-upper defending unspeakable dregs escapes me. This is Andrew Breitbart, folks. Okay, the man who Breitbart.com is named after, okay? This is a man who is talking about John Podesta being a goddamn child sex fixer-upper in this case. How many more coincidences do we have to go through before this asshole is investigated for this crap? That's all I'm saying. How many more coincidences? Huh? How many more coincidences?
You're lying, Ghost. You're lying.
I'm just saying, man. How many more coincidences do there have to be before people start realizing that there's some fire to the smoke here? There's some fire to this smoke. So look, I only brought up the subject matter about who is Catherine Agnew because I know there's a lot of folks out here that are researchers that listen to my broadcast that probably can investigate this a little bit more extensively, in my personal opinion. And in my personal opinion, I think that whoever Catherine Agnew is, from what I understand, her full name is Catherine Mullen Agnew, and I believe her last name Agnew was, a name given to her by her husband, which I believe is no longer around, according to her rantings. So, just to find this woman, according to a lot of people, they believe she's dead, especially after a lot of the things that she has put on these ramblings in these Twitter accounts. And I don't know if you've noticed, if you take a look at these Twitter accounts of Catherine Agnew, they kind of put words together. She tries to put words together so that maybe some kind of algorithm or some kind of bot won't recognize the information that she was trying to convey. I mean, this was some major information that she was trying to convey out here. Now, a lot of it could be, like I said, post-traumatic MK-Ultra, unprogramming, whatever. I mean, she also talked a lot about in some of these posts, Catherine Agnew, she talked about how the government was putting nuclear material on her home and on her truck. I mean, I didn't read much into that, but somebody in the inner circle alluded to the fact maybe it's the polonium-210 that they were trying to give Roger Stone, and that's why she's losing her effing mind. I have no idea, folks, but that's why this is worth investigating. This is worth investigating, folks, and we can't negate anything at this point. We can't. All right? We cannot negate anything anymore. Anyway, folks, I want to continue going on with the broadcast here. I don't want to make it all about, these very weird coincidences that people are just, coughing up to.
Wow, come on, Ghost. There's nothing there. It's just a coincidence.
Anyway, folks, let me move on to the next subject matters here because we have a lot to talk about, and I want to get to the part where I want to discuss how the right, and those of us on the capitalist army, the Trump train, those of us on the right wing of the political spectrum can help organize one another and be able to unify a good portion of us around a singular idea. Now, of course, we're all going to disagree on, a variety of different subject matters on the right. But we have to gather around a singular idea, and we're going to discuss that here at the end of the show. But let me continue going on because we got a lot of things to talk about here. Once again, who is Catherine Agnew? And for those of you web sleuths out there, this would be something for you guys to kind of investigate this weekend because this is a very strange rabbit hole. She implicates Podestas and other very high-ranking government officials in organ harvesting, baby killing. I mean, I can go on and on. All right? I can go on and on. Anyway, I want to go off a little bit since we're talking about globalism. Did you hear Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg yesterday? Huh? Did you hear this bastard? Now, why anybody has a Facebook after this bastard came out and said that people need to reverse their thinking on globalism, came out and said, look, it's globalism or death. I mean, that's basically what he came out and said yesterday. And then he was warning everybody as well. Yeah, I'm warning you. You need to reverse this globalist thinking. You need to reverse it. You better start embracing globalism. All right? Hey, I'm Mark Zuckerberg. I know you. I know each and every one of your intimate secrets. I own every one of your damn pictures that you post on my social media site. I own everything about you. Once again, folks, all right? I mean, how much more evidence do you need to know that this globalist conspiracy is not a conspiracy any longer? This globalist conspiracy is not a conspiracy any longer. They're admitting it. I mean, there is some circles that are trying to claim that if you're against globalism, that you're anti-Semitic. Huh? Are you kidding me? Yeah, if you're anti-globalism, then you're anti-Semitic. Folks, I am an anti-globalist at this point in time because right now, the system of globalism that is being constructed in the world today, the basis of it is communism. The basis of it is communism. And if you don't believe that, if you don't believe that globalism is communism, I have to keep reiterating this because repetition is the only way that American people absorb information anymore. But globalism is communism. What was Russia known as prior to the falling of communist Russia? What were they known as? The Soviet Union! The Soviet Union! What was Brexit? What were they trying to break away from? The European Union! The European Union! What do they call all the Asian countries now? The Asian Union! The Asian Union! What was TPP about? I mean, do you get it now, folks? Huh? I mean, what do they call all the African states, huh? The African Union! The African Union! Remember when they tried to bring together Mexico, the United States, and Canada under what? The American Union! The North American Union! And folks, unionism is an adherent to communism. Do you get it? Unionism is an adherent to communism, for Christ's sake. Folks, wake up! Wake the hell up! This globalist specter that is infringing upon every one of the nation states throughout the world is communist. It's communist. The only difference is that the workers of the world didn't unite as what Marx thought was going to happen, but the elites of the world united. The elites of the world united and implemented this communist strategy against the underlings, which of course are the rest of us. And you know what the objective is of globalism, folks? Is the idea in which they are going to preserve them and their posterity, and they don't see human beings a part of their future. As a matter of fact, a lot of the elites don't want human beings to exist outside of their own posterity, outside of their own elitists. Why do you think you got Elon Musk, this stupid bastard that, you know, in my personal opinion is the most overrated piece of garbage on the planet? Why do you think you've got Elon Musk over here saying that human beings must integrate with technology or they will die? Human beings must integrate with technology or they will become extinct. I mean, why exactly do you think that Elon Musk is saying that, folks? I'm telling you, this globalist idea does not have you in mind. If you're not a part of the system that created this globalist system, you're not going to get anything, man. You are fodder for these people. I mean, look at their documents. They talk about this. They outline this. I'm not just saying this out of my ass. They don't want humanity involved in their future. They don't want humanity involved in them integrating themselves in technology. They want to equate humanity as that of an animal. I mean, why do you think they're trying to integrate themselves with technology, folks? I mean, there is an idiot at MIT that has implanted a microchip in his own brain so that he can hook himself up to the internet through his head. Look it up! He's got a freaking chip in his head where he can search the internet just by thinking about it. This guy can literally program his chip and open doors. You know, of course, you got to program the door to be electronical to be conducive with the chip, but you can open doors by thinking about it. I mean, look this up. There's an MIT guy, I believe, I don't know if he's Swedish or Russian. I think he's Swedish. This guy has a chip in his head. And he can think about getting on the internet. He can think about doing something technological. He could write something connecting to his chip in his head onto a computer and write something just by thinking about it. So that's why I'm saying, folks, right now we need to look. I was all for the technological innovations in the 90s, even in the 2000s, but now technology is getting so far ahead of humanity that those that actually own the technology and know the technology are starting to think that they are superior than the rest of humanity. Now, I can understand an aspect of that. But that's a dangerous path that we're going towards, folks. That's a dangerous path that we're going towards, where humanity at this point is no longer a part of the equation of the future. No longer a part of the equation of the future. So, in my personal opinion, and people are asking me, where's this guy with this? Why don't you just put it, MIT microchip head? All right, just Google search it, for Christ's sake. Good God. You'll find a guy. There's YouTube videos on the guy. Jesus Christ, man. Anyway, look, I'm just telling you this, folks, because that's where all this is headed. That's what globalism is all about. Globalism is about the elites who have conquered economies, who have conquered bureaucracies, who have conquered science, who have conquered spirituality. All these elements are coming together in cohesion, even though they may not like each other for the meantime. Because they agree that they are all elites and they're above humanity, they're the ones planning the future. And while you guys are here saying, "No, you know what, you're lying, you're stupid, you're lying, you're lying," that's why you folks are probably going to be the ones that are the first ones to go and be put to sleep, or you're going to be the first ones herded around like cattle. All right? You're going to be herded around like goddamn cattle, for Christ's sake. Anyway, folks, look, I've given everybody a pretty, high amount of information. I strongly advise you right now to look up the MIT guy with the chip in his head. Look up Elon Musk calling on humanity to converge with technology or else. You can look up Mark Zuckerberg calling on a global community and how globalism needs to be embraced. You can look up my Twitter account right now and look up Andrew Breitbart in 2011, February 2011, talking about John Podesta being a goddamn child sex abuse fixer-upper. At the weather machine that I said that actually exists, you moron. As a matter of fact, thank you very much, Rock Ape, for you folks that want to read about the guy. Here he is, the neuroscientist who installed an implant in his own brain. There you go. Anyway, folks, we are now in the third and final hour of the True Capitalist Radio broadcast, and of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. I am going to take a break right now, folks, because I know that there's a lot of information that people are trying to decipher. They're trying to look up. There's a lot of mind-blowing stuff that I'm putting out here, for Christ's sake. All right? So what I'd like for everybody to do is I'm going to take a couple of minutes and take a break. I'm looking at Templeton over here, and he has that look on his face like he needs to take a dump. So before he does it on the goddamn carpet, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that he does his business. But when I'm taking this break, all right, please take a look at all the information that yours truly has discussed. I know it's a lot of information. I know a lot of it is very scary information, but it is integral and it is necessary that you folks understand this. So, hey, engineer, can you put on the girl from Ipanema or something? All right, folks, I will be right back, and when I get back, I would like to know that a lot of you folks searched through the information that I conveyed on this broadcast here within the first 2 hours, because it is very, very scary but very integral information. All right, go ahead and take us to break, engineer.
All right, no breaks, but of course I'm gonna have to give some shoutouts here since Twitter shoutouts has been removed for today's broadcast. So anyone who wants to get a shoutout, just be in the chat room. Easy as that. How to do that? Go to the BN Theater. BN Theater. If you guys over at the YouTube channel, make sure to go to the description, click on that, and you're pretty much just gonna be at the BN Theater chat room instantly. Just sign in, free. No, you don't need anything else. Just easy deasy. Anyways, shoutouts now. We got the Fox Cloud. Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, Fox? We got This is Sparta, $26, Gooby Wooby 7, Bacter, Biggest Genjin, Bob Tom, Caden came. My tongue's going crazy here. Cadence Gamer, Chocolate Cake, Crumb Thunder, Kota Pony. We got Doom Man 98, Dr. Demento, Earthquake 87, Equestrialized, Gate the 13th, Hakar, Litton, Pony Movie 2017, Recolor Tiara, R&D Pony. Who else we have? We got Salty Scallop, Scarlet Moon, Shy Guy Mask, Silver the Meme, Hoff the Space Pirate. I'm looking, people are going back for here now. We got Spooderm, TCU Gaming 1, the Sipper Smash 97. What's up, Smash? We got Centron 800, California High Tide. What's up? CIA Big Guy. What's up? Kyogre, D-Man Flyer, Fruit Boat Friday. Whoa, we're not there to the Fruit Boat yet. How do you say this again? Geniushinio? Geniusio or something like that. Geniusiniao. Alright. Haruka Takahashi. Hey Haruka. Finally gave you a shout out. Higan. Limurakshin New. Me Magic. Nixoflex. Okay. Nova's Arc. Novelty Best. Pregophilia. Or Pregophile. No. And Sip Hope. Oh, and we got Wetfoot Califoot. Okay. California Sunshine came in. Yeah, people were coming in. I will look at who's coming in the chat room. So those are the people right now. If I missed your shout out, or pretty much you're pretty much coming up half late, then shout out to people who are actually coming in right now. Of course. Oh, he's back. All right, time to back. 1 sec. We're now on our back.
Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Blog Talk Radio. Please hold and you will be able to listen to the show.
Conveying on this broadcast. This is a very serious broadcast here. Once again, I want to recap what we've been discussing here in the first couple of hours. First and foremost, the CIA data dump forcing the deep state into the shallow waters, for Christ's sake. It's now the globalists' move. We've got who is Catherine Agnew, who we've been discussing. This mysterious person named Catherine Mullen Agnew has been found to have been throwing out a lot of different Twitter accounts implicating all kinds of high government officials of nefarious activities. This is a very, very weird rabbit hole we're going down, but I wanted to, enlighten folks about this. This is very, very interesting. This person, Catherine Agnew, implicates a lot of people in organ harvesting, implicates a lot of basements underneath Washington, D.C., under the Pentagon, alludes of human trafficking, obviously the kidnapping of soldiers. She's implicated in a lot of these ranting, a lot of different nefarious activity. That's why I brought it up to the attention of the folks that are listening, because maybe one of you web sleuths that are out there could investigate and figure out what the hell this is really all about, because these tweets where she even implicates the Podestas in Pizzagate-related activities are from 2011. So, I mean, how much more coincidences do we need before the Podestas become subjects of investigation? All right? So anyway, with that being said, let me continue going here. Now, let's lighten up the mood here. I know I've been talking a lot about, very precarious subject matters and probably making people feel uncomfortable and that sort of thing. So let's lighten up the mood and talk about everybody's favorite YouTube fruit bowl, and I'm talking about PewDiePie. That's right. We're going to talk about that stupid, dumbass, ridiculous, overrated Swedish fruit bowl, and I'm talking about freaking PewDiePie. Now, the reason... shut up, Templeton. I didn't realize you were a freaking fan of PewDiePie, Templeton, God damn it. You would, because you're kind of a half a freaking autistic dog, for Christ's sake. Anyway, listen. The reason that I am talking about PewDiePie is because I can't believe that there are people on the internet that are taking up PewDiePie as some sort of a political cause, for Christ's sake. I mean, Jesus Christ, are you joking? I mean, I can't believe that people are coming out here and trying to say that PewDiePie being dumped by Disney, being dumped by YouTube Red is somehow an infringement on his freedom of goddamn speech. All right? I mean, give me a break. Let me tell you something, all right? PewDiePie, what did he make, $20 million last year, another $50 million the other year? I mean... let me tell you something. When you're getting paid that amount of money, you don't have the right to do nothing that you're not paid to do. And you see, that's what you morons don't understand about actually getting paid for something, okay? And I guess that's what PewDiePie didn't understand either. I guess he thought that he was Andrew Dice Clay. Hey, not even Andrew Dice Clay was Andrew Dice Clay. All right, once he pushed the envelope too much, they banned him from MTV for life, which in turn banned him from any other media outlet, and he became a degenerate, fat asshole. All right? So look, I'm tired of people putting PewDiePie on some kind of goddamn pedestal, okay? This guy, first and foremost, let's just be honest, this guy, all he does is act like half a tard while playing video games, okay? Acts like half a tard while playing video games. And look, I'm not hating on his hustle. Hey, I mean, he's getting a lot of people out here that are, obviously into being half tards. I mean, hell, look at my freaking show. I got a lot of half tards and tards myself. I get it, all right? But what I don't understand is that what kind of a political stance do you think that you're going to take, PewDiePie, when you're out here being a half a tard playing video games? I mean, when you're getting paid, $15 million, $20 million a year, okay, PewDiePie? You don't have the right to do dick unless whoever's paying you tells you to, okay? And you see, people are saying that, well, PewDiePie, he got slandered. You're not understanding. PewDiePie said something, and the Wall Street Journal took it out of context, and they made PewDiePie sound like some kind of a racist, when in actuality, he was just kind of making a joke. So when you're getting paid $20 million a year, you don't make jokes unless you're paid to make those jokes. All right? I mean, you understand what I'm saying? I don't care if PewDiePie was joking. I saw the video. He looks into the camera, even if it was just edited, for Christ's sake. And you know, it was trolls that actually forwarded that clip to me. It was trolls that forwarded that clip to me, in which it showed PewDiePie saying, Hitler is right, we should have gassed all Jews, and all that crap. I heard it. So if you're going to blame anybody for PewDiePie getting kicked off of Disney and in YouTube Red, you should blame the trolls, because they were tweeting PewDiePie at me, for heaven's sake. I mean, they're tweeting that at me like, oh man, PewDiePie's lost it. He's racist. He's based. He's down with Hitler and all this other crap. And if you're forwarding it to me with that clip, and I saw the clip, it was just a PewDiePie saying, Hitler is right. We should gas all Jews and all that crap. I mean, what are people going to think, asshole? What are people going to think? And not to mention, lest we forget that PewDiePie, his whole focal point and his whole goddamn demographic that watches him are nothing but children. I mean, have we forgotten about that? That this guy's fan base is nothing but a bunch of goddamn 10 to 13-year-olds, for Christ's sake? I mean, seriously. Okay, PewDiePie, you've got 50 million subscribers. You're the biggest YouTuber. Great. All right? In the end, with all due respect, PewDiePie, why don't you be a good little tard like Markiplier over here? You don't see that stupid idiot Markiplier getting political or doing anything outside of his realm of being half a tard and a video game player, do you? Huh? So why don't you, well, obviously it's a little too late for you there, PewDiePie, but what you should have done is just shut your goddamn mouth and been the half-tard that you are and played video games, for heaven's sake, all right? I'm just saying, if you people want to be paid, you better be doing what it is that they're paying you so much to do. And I know now PewDiePie fans are like, you know what PewDiePie's going to do? He's going to beat him, dude. He's going to get his own service. He's going to fund it himself. And yeah, man, it's going to be PewDiePie TV. You know how expensive that's going to be, folks? Do you know the bandwidth cost of a little operation like InfoWars, and the reason I say little operation is because PewDiePie would draw a hell of a lot more bandwidth off of a server or servers than goddamn InfoWars. InfoWars, their damn bandwidth bill, just the bandwidth, $100,000 a month. All right? $100,000 a month. So just imagine PewDiePie, who has 50 million subscribers, and this guy likes to go on every day and act like half a tard playing video games. Just imagine that bandwidth bill, not to mention the server bill, not to mention the server IT guy to maintain this ginormous network. Just imagine all the room necessary to be able to house all the goddamn content. It's a money pit, man. It's a money pit. I mean, if it was that easy to do, to make their own garbage, they would have done it. All right? I mean, hell, I would have done it. I mean, if there was an economic opportunity for me to have my own radio show and do it off my own independent website, I'd be doing it. But, it's a money pit. I don't want to be in charge of all that. I'm the content creator, baby. All right? And people always say, well, you know what, Ghost? When I was talking about this yesterday to the Inner Circle, they were trying, obviously, there were some PewDiePie fans in the Inner Circle, which was shocking, but
they were like, well, Ghost, what if Blog Talk Radio took you off the air because of what you said? Well, then I move on with life, okay? Jesus Christ, I've got a life. The only reason that I'm doing this broadcast is to convey ideas and to spark synapses. But, okay, first of all, I would like to think that they're not going to do that because they know my content. And they've known my content for almost 10 years at this point in time. So they know the kind of content that I create, and they know the envelopes that I push. And moreover, I'm not out here advocating anything as a actual person, all right? I mean, technically, I'm an avatar, okay? So, you know, that within itself kind of lightly lightens the dosage of potency of the kinds of ideas and the types of subject matters and the types of things that I talk about on here. So, like I said, if for whatever reason Blog Talk wanted to take me down off the air, well, then I move on with life, okay? I mean, it's unfortunate, but I move on with life. I'm not going to sit over here and try to do another platform and do all this. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. But that's why I'm saying I'm not worried about it. Okay, I'm not really worried about it. And not to mention PewDiePie, the reason that he got the $20 million a year because he acted like half a tard. And he played video games. Now, why can't you keep doing that, you half a fruit? Why can't you just, you know, be half a tard, be a spastic, I mean, I could barely understand this idiot with that stupid Swedish accent. I mean, half a tard, mumbling, stumbling little jerk that plays video games. I mean, I don't understand why you can't do that. Why you think that, I don't know, you're some kind of comedian or something. You're not funny, PewDiePie, all right? Your personality outside of your disingenuous tardism is freaking bland. It's ridiculous. I mean, you're as bland as a bagel without cream cheese, for heaven's sake, all right? You're a bland son of a bitch. That's why you have to go all outlandish and be like, hi, I'm PewDiePie. Look, I'm doing it. Oh, look at the game. Oh, my God. Oh, look. Oh. I mean, that's all you do the whole goddamn time, for Christ's sake. You're a tard. Oh, I'm playing the game. Oh, look, I'm about to die. Ah! Oh, I'm about to die. Ah! I mean, give me a freaking break, man. Jesus Christ. Anyway, look, all you people that are taking up the cause against PewDiePie will be just fine, okay? I mean, get off this stupid nerd already, all right? He is not some political figure, okay? He is not a political figure. He is not somebody who has been delving into the political arena. He's just some moron trying to push the envelope because he thinks he's the modern-day Andrew Dice Clay. That's really what it comes down to. He thinks he's so important because he has 50 million children who buy nothing from the advertisements that he puts on, or that YouTube puts on his goddamn videos. He thinks that he's so important. He's not. I mean, people like him come a dime a dozen, and I think that content creators need to realize that. I mean, literally anybody can do what PewDiePie does, all right? PewDiePie was just first on the scene to do it. And because he was first on the scene to do it, he's the most popular one at doing it. So I'm just saying, if you're going to get paid, all right? If you're going to get paid to do something, then just shut up, all right? Just shut up and do it. If I'm paying you to do something, you don't have freedom of speech. Do you understand me? When I'm paying you to do something, you either do the job I tell you to do and shut your goddamn yap. I don't care about what you think. I'm not paying you to think. You pay to do what I'm paying you to do what you're told. You do what you're told. That's what you do. You don't have no goddamn freedom when I'm paying you. When I'm paying you, you do the job and you do what you're told. Once the job's done, that's when you have freedom, asshole. All right?
When you have the money in your pocket after you got paid for doing the job, that's when you can go and be as free as you want. You can go and take that money and get the world's biggest dildo and sit on it for all I care. You can do what you want. That's where you get the freedom. I mean, don't you idiots understand that's how come the terminology earn a living comes about? That you have to earn a living. You're not given a living. You earn a living, you moron. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I'm done talking about PewDiePie, but enough. Enough of putting this guy on some kind of free speech pedestal. Enough of this guy. All right, enough. And for you people that are saying, now he got red-pilled, he's really caring about things, he's using his platform to be political. Oh, yeah? If he's really, really that concerned about being political, why doesn't he take some of that $150 million that he's made in the past years on YouTube and help Sweden right now with this immigration crisis? Oh, that's right, he lives in L.A. because he doesn't want to pay, 70%? Whatever the goddamn taxation is in Sweden. Why doesn't he use the money and, maybe organize something as it pertains to, the right wing if he's that concerned about it? He could do that. He could easily fund some garbage like a George Soros or something to that capacity, but he doesn't. All right? PewDiePie doesn't give a crap about anybody but PewDiePie, so stop acting as if he's some kind of a First Amendment poster child, okay? That's why I'm telling you, if I'm paying you, or if anyone's paying you, you don't have the right to do nothing other than what you're told. All right? And once the job's done, that's when you can take the money in your pocket, you can buy a freaking mound of cocaine and snort it up your damn nostrils. I don't care. But when I'm paying you to do something, you don't got no rights. You understand that? When you're at the job, you ain't got no rights, and people are like, "What? What are you talking about? I got no rights. That's pretty wrong, Ghost." Hey, let me put it to you like this: do you think somebody working at a burger joint that's taking your order can randomly stand on the goddamn counter and do what PewDiePie did and say, "Hey, Hitler was right. We need to gas all Jews. Thank you very much." Do you think that person would be continue to do his job thereafter? No. And that's the same thing that happened to PewDiePie. Do you understand me? When you're at work, okay, you don't do dick, okay, unless you're told. That's why at work in some works, you wear uniforms. You know? You wear uniforms. You're forced to wear uniforms. Why? Because you're earning a living. That's why. You don't have the freaking right to dress how you want. You know, whenever you're servicing a customer, you can't act like you are, like if you're some, foul-mouthed imbecile. You got to be like, "Hi, how you doing today, sir? Can I take your order today? Hi, ma'am, can I take your order today? Oh, my God, how can I take your order today?" I mean, you can't act like the way you want to act if you're getting paid, all right? And you people that are like, "Oh, you're so wrong on this issue," you're probably living with mommy and daddy. That's why you're thinking I'm wrong, all right? Let me tell you something. That's why you're going to continue to live with mommy or daddy or whoever the hell you're living with, because you don't understand that you have to earn a living, asshole, and earning a living means that sometimes you have to do things you don't want to effing do, all right? You got to do things you don't want to effing do. And until you realize that, you're going to continue to be a perpetual loser, just like old PewDiePie over here, who is now a loser. He had everything in the world, man. This guy was on his way to making several $100 million, all right? But instead, he decided, I am going to kid around, even though I cater to nothing but children. I am PewDiePie, and I am going to say this little joke, and I'm going to say that Hitler was right, and that we should gas all Jews. You know, you're gassing all Jews. Hey, that's just the way it is, okay? If you're getting paid, you do your job. If you don't do your job, you get fired. That's what happened with PewDiePie, all right? He caters to children. Why do you think that he got signed with Disney, you dumbasses? Why do you think he got signed with Disney? He appeals to children. And then what? He's going to kid around and say to these children a joke, a misconstrued joke about Hitler was right. We need to gas all Jews. I mean, I'm serious. And listen, if you're going to blame anybody, for PewDiePie being ganked from Disney and ganked from YouTube Red, you should blame the trolls. Because look, I was tweeted that video by at least 4 or 5 different people. Okay, and they were all trolls. There were, some of them are part of the Inner Circle Tard Bus. I mean, they were all trolls. So if you're going to blame anybody for getting PewDiePie removed from Disney and removed from YouTube Red, blame the trolls, man. It's your fault, man. It's your fault that this guy got fired from Disney. It's your fault that he got fired from YouTube Red. All right, you trolls got what you wanted. You were the ones that were spreading this around. Go look on YouTube how many times that damn video was clipped out and uploaded. You people did it. So if you've got anybody to blame and you're upset about PewDiePie getting kicked off of Disney and getting kicked off of goddamn YouTube Red, you need to blame yourself. All right, you need to blame yourselves for, cutting that clip and then spreading it around. I was there. I remember. I got it. I've got almost 10,000 people following me, okay? I got that clip at least 3 or 4 times from 3 or 4 different troll accounts, and it was the same clip about freaking PewDiePie saying that Hitler was right and, I guess all Jews, and I remember that. So that's all there is to it, okay? And PewDiePie, tough titty, all right, pal? Maybe next time you'll know that you need to do your job and you're not some voice that people give 2 rats' asses about, all right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. And listen, people are like, well, the media did a hit job on him. Well, no crap, the media did a hit job on him. And he should have known, being a freaking person of media, that when you document yourself saying something, that it can be used against you. And if he didn't know that, well, then obviously he doesn't deserve the $20 million that he got being a media content creator, okay? And that's all there is to it. I mean, he had to have known that that little snippet of him saying that could have been used against him, and the trolls used it against him. Don't blame the media. I mean, it's the trolls, man. I blame the internet community. They do this all the time. They do it to me. I mean, look at how they splice my voice. Look at what they prank call people with my voice. It's the internet. You can't blame the media. Blame yourselves, man. You're the people that hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take this clip of PewDiePie saying that, Hitler was right and gas all Jews, and we're going to spread it all over the internet, and we're going to get him in trouble. And then when he gets in trouble, what? You're going to blame the media now? Get the hell out of here. It's yourselves. It's you stupid trolls, all right? You should all be ashamed of yourselves. And if you're upset about PewDiePie being fired, look at your stupid, dumb, pimpled face, 4-eyed, fat, double-chin face in the mirror, and thank yourselves for passing around that video to everybody, clipping it, and because you were the ones that did it, folks. I mean, you can't blame the media. I remember that clip being freaking tweeted at me about a week or 2 ago, at least 4 or 5 different times, and it was just the clip of PewDiePie saying, yes, Hitler was right, gas all Jews, yes, gas all Jews. Hey, if someone can take a clip like that and just clip it out and then just spread it around, then what is someone to believe? Not everybody knows who the Hef PewDiePie is, and not to mention this man, he has people who are children that is the majority of his demographic. You don't think that some parent, is coming across this and is thinking to myself, oh my God, what the hell is my kid watching? I mean, it's just the way it is. So for all you people taking up for PewDiePie, blame yourselves. because you all spread that damn clip, and whether you want to admit it or not, I got it at least 3 or 4 different times, 5 times, from a variety of different troll accounts saying, oh, Pootie Pie is now red-pilled, Pootie Pie is now down with the white nationalism. I mean, literally, that's what the tweets I got. You can look back in my Twitter archive if necessary. And if that's the case, if I got it like that, who else got it? Who else got it? So, tough titty, Pootie Pie, all right? What the hell do they eat in Sweden? Go eat a freaking wiener schnitzel or whatever the hell you people eat up there, for Christ's sake. Goat penis or whatever the hell you people eat. Anyway, look, I want to take this last part of the show to outline how to combat social justice warriors and the left and how to organize around a single message to unify the right wing of the political spectrum, all right? And people will be, look, somebody on the internet, like, I'm sure it would be a lot different if the media did a hit piece on you. Hey, if I was getting paid $20 million and the people that were paying me $20 million said, hey, Ghost, we don't want you to talk about this, and we don't want you to go there, and we don't want you to go there. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to be like, oh, okay, I won't do it. Because I'm trying to earn a living, and I'd like that $20 million in my pocket, so shut up. All right? And listen, you know, you all can say, well, you're selling out, Ghost, and oh, my God, Hey, I'll be $20 million richer. You'll be the same losers you are today. So, you know, you can take that for what you wish. And not to mention, you idiots are out here, you know, trying to advocate for Pootie Pie. Is Pootie Pie going to pay your rent? Huh? Is Pootie Pie going to pay your rent? Is Pootie Pie going to put food on your table? Huh? Is Pootie Pie going to go bang your mother and act like your stepdad that, you know, you're so desperately needing? No, it's not going to happen. So instead of worrying about Pootie Pie and instead of worrying about, you know, him being dropped even though he's worth about $150 million, why don't you worry about your pathetically useless life, you know? Why don't you look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, why exactly were you even born to begin with if all you're going to be is a useless eater? I mean, why exactly are you continuing to turn perfectly good food into crap and wasting valuable oxygen if you're not going to do a damn thing in this life and be an insignificant pile of protoplasm? You understand? I mean, that's why I encourage people, if you're a pathetic loser and you don't know who the hell you are, well, then why don't you do us all a favor and do some risky activity, you know what I mean? I'm not joking around. Why don't you service glory holes at truck stalls, truck bathroom stalls? Why don't you take long walks off short piers? You know, why don't you, you know, go swim in riptides, swallow bleach? I'm serious. I mean, there is entirely too many ignorant people that are literally making points about nothing. And these are a lot of the people that I'm looking at on Twitter right now that are real quick to, oh, well, what about this, Ghost? And what about you and this? And you know, what about, Hey, what about it? What about it? What about it? You're still the same loser, okay? And you can talk garbage about me all you want. You're still listening, you stupid moron. And as long as you're still listening, I've got your energy. So keep giving me your energy, okay? I like it. Oh, man, I'm telling you, keep on. Keep giving me your negative energy. Come on, keep listening while you're at it. You know, even though you hate me, I'm loving you. You're providing a view on my live stream, so keep hating me, baby. I love it, okay? Give it to me. Give me all you got. Give me all you got. Give me all your goddamn energy. I like it. Anyway, look, you know what? I'm going to save this last conversation about a single message for Monday, all right? Because I think I've given a lot of information here as it pertains to the a lot of the anomalies and a lot of the nefarious things, the CIA docs, a lot of things pertaining to the Trump administration, so on and so forth, all right? But since I've got so many losers pissed off and that are tweeting at me and angry at me and saying that, oh, you're so stupid, and let's get to Radio Graffiti, you know what I'm going to do right now? I am out of here, and I am going to celebrate a Baller Friday knowing that I've pissed each and every one of you stupid little troll terrorist assholes off, all right? And yeah, that's right, you waited all this time, no goddamn Twitter shout-outs, no Radio Graffiti, you stupid little dumbass tards, how you like that, huh? How you like that? No Radio Graffiti, no Twitter shout-outs, all of you troll terrorists and cyber vermin can suck it! You can suck it for Baller Friday! Woo! Oh my God, how do you like that? Huh? No Radio Graffiti for you stupid tards. How you like that? And all you people that are on Twitter thinking that you're affecting me, keep flapping your fat Cheeto stained fingers on the keyboard. Keep giving me your negative energy. I like it. Oh man, I am so glad. And let me tell you, I hope that some of you tards today are so upset that there's no Radio Graffiti and no Twitter shout-outs that you don't come back on Monday, all right? I don't want you to come back on Monday. How you like that? I don't want you tards, all right? So if y'all are all pissed off about no Radio Graffiti, well, great. I like it. Woo! We are the world. We are the children. How you like that, huh? And look at everybody's pissed off. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. They're pissed off. Look at them. I like it. Keep tweeting at me. Keep tweeting at me, you losers. Keep tweeting at me. Keep tweeting at me. I like it. Woo! Oh, man, I can only imagine these tards right now. All right, no, not no Radio Graffiti. It's Friday. It's Friday. Look at it. Somebody's calling me a Jew now. I'm a Jew because I don't want to do Radio Graffiti. Yes, keep bringing me your frustration. Vent your frustration out at me. Woo! Anyway, I will now go celebrate Baller Friday on my own. I'm actually in a very good mood now that I know that you stupid, dumb, troll, terrorist, jerk dicks, and you insignificant waste of human life are now so damn upset. And I hope that it pisses you off. And look, I got people tweeting at me saying, "Oh, well, you used to be good, Ghost. I'm not listening to you anymore." Yeah, says the asshole with a freaking dumbass anime goddamn profile pic. All right, you think I'd give a crap if I had some cartoon fetish asshole listening to me? I don't. You think I'd give a shit? I don't. It's you idiots that think that I give a crap that a whole bunch of cartoon fetish tards are actually listening to this broadcast. You know? And I'm just going to prove to you idiots, all right? I'm just going to prove to you dumbass little idiots that I do not need you stupid dumbass tards to have a show. As a matter of fact, as I've been kind of putting down Radio Graffiti from, 30 minutes to 20 minutes to 15 minutes, the ratings have gone up in the show. Yeah, the ratings have gone up in the show. So now I'm starting to realize that maybe, just maybe, entertaining the tarddom, entertaining the idea of, catering to the tarddom of the internet is not necessarily in my best interest at this point in time. So, I don't know, maybe, just maybe, we may see less and less of Radio Graffiti and less of Twitter shout-outs because of you stupid tards. I don't want to be a tard magnet anymore. I'm sick of tards. I'm sick of cartoon fetish tards. I'm sick of it, and I don't want to be a magnet for these pieces of trash anymore, all right? I don't want to be a magnet for a bunch of cartoon fetish tards anymore, at all. So you all can be all pissed off. Look at them. Look at them. Everybody's pissed off. Oh, you're just a jackass. Oh, 99% of your followers are tards. I want proof that your ratings went up. Hey, what's the proof? I mean, if they didn't go up, I'd still be pandering to you stupid tards. I don't want to pander to you tards, all right? All right, here's a virtual balloon. Now go away, all right? Go away! Go away, tards! Go away, go away, go away, little tards! Go away, go away, go away, you tards! Wait, look, I'm getting the hell out of here, okay? I'm feeling great, all right? As a matter of fact, I know that I'm pissing the crap out of you stupid troll terrorists. And look, you could sit here and tweet at me all you want. It isn't going to affect me one bit. You want to know why? Because I know I triggered you half-tards. I know. Look at all these tweets. I'm loving it. Keep it up. Give me all you got. Give me all you got. Give me all you got, you fruit balls. How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own, a complete unknown, like a rolling stone, a tard rolling stone on top of that? Good stuff, baby, good stuff. Anyway, with that being said, let me get the hell out of here. All right? I had a very, very good time on the show. I hope that you all appreciated it. And I'm going to be back on Monday. I'm going to be back on Monday and talking the straight political dope. All right? And if you tards want to listen and learn, fine. If you don't, no skin off my ass, all right? I don't really give a crap. I really do not want you tards to listen to my broadcast anymore, all right? All right? I don't want, and look, the tards are coming, we made you, Ghost. We made you. No, you didn't. What, a group of tards made me? Nobody made anything. You made your own tarddom. That's what you made, all right? All right, and listen, even though you idiots are going to sit here and be mad at me and you think that I'm some bad man and that I'm doing this or doing that, you're going to be back on Monday, all right? You're going to be back on Monday. You're going to be trying to go and trying to cause some sort of a ruckus, all right? And you know what? It ain't going to happen. So how does it feel? Yeah. How does it feel? As a matter of fact, let's talk to the inner circle. Let's get to the inner circle chat, all right? Let's get on the voice chat of the inner circle here. All right, hey, what's going on to the inner circle? Let's go put the here we go, all right? We're talking to the inner circle. What's going on? Everybody, hey, what's going on? We're live on the show right now. What's going on?
What's up, Goose? What's going on, Friday? Happy Ball Friday! Happy Ball Friday, Goose! Boom, bye. Hey. And all cards. And all anime.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm telling you right now, all you dumbasses out there that are listening in, I'm telling you right now, keep bringing me your energy. Keep giving me your energy. I like it. Oh, man. It's Baller Friday, baby. I'm sitting here chilling with the inner circle. And let me tell you something right now. All right, let me tell you something right now. I'm getting the hell out of here. And look at everybody hating on the inner circle on Twitter. Look at them. Look at all them haters. Look at them. They're hating.
You had to get, like, friends. You had to pay for friends.
Oh, man, that's great. I'm loving this. I'm loving your bad energy that you idiots keep bringing at me. Give me all you got, baby. I'll tell you what, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm partying with the Inner Circle tonight. Screw all you damn troll terrorists and cyber vermin, all right? Long live the capitalist army, baby. Long live the Inner Circle. And let me tell you something. Happy Baller Friday to all the capitalists that are listening to me throughout the world. I'm getting the hell out of here. What a Baller Friday. Listen to Templeton. Listen to Templeton. He's telling you trolls to take your damn troll terrorism and shove it up your goddamn cooter, boy. Shove it up your goddamn cooter. Look at all the haterism on Twitter. Look at all the haterism on Twitter. Oh, God. Look at the hatred on Twitter. Look at the hatred on Twitter. I'm loving it. Keep giving me your hatred. Keep giving it to me. Keep giving me your energy. Keep giving me your energy. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Look at all these people on Twitter, man. Keep giving me your hatred. Keep giving it to me. Take your hatred out on me. Make your victim my hate. You never ever believed in me. I am your tourniquet. Anyway, I'm getting the hell out of here. Happy Baller Friday, the Capitalist Army. I will be here Monday, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Follow me on Twitter. Politics Ghost is the name to follow. All one word, no underscores. Politics Ghost is the name to follow, all right? What a Baller Friday. I'm telling you, this has probably been one of the best Baller Fridays I've had in a long, long time. And you people that are hating me on Twitter, you people that are tweeting at me, keep tweeting at me. Keep doing it. Keep giving me your energy. I like it. I am out of here, folks. Happy Baller Friday. Long live the capitalist army. And death to communism. Death to feminism. Death to socialism, baby. You're goddamn right.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Wah, 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 wah. Well, new Rainy Graffiti. Ooh, you guys pissed them off so much that, of course, it .exe him for not doing Rainy Graffiti. GG, guys. GG. What a way to actually ruin a perfectly good Friday or should I say, Baller Friday with no Rainy Graffiti. And also new Twitter shoutouts. Well, the majority of the show was pretty good and decent for me to enjoy just to listen in. But I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty not okay with Twitter shoutouts and Rainy Graffiti not being on tonight's, of course, show. But, you know, he'll be back on Monday. There's always a Monday. So, don't think that this is the end or anything. Just come back next Monday and we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna party down over down here at the Inner Circle chat room. Of course, I shouted there earlier, like about loud as I can, you know. So I said, "Happy Baller Friday!" You guys should have heard that voice, but if you didn't, look back. It's there. Of course, voice on the Inner Circle is off limits. So, of course, no streaming for me for that. Nothing goes on. Everything's all privately, of course. It's all going to be set I'm just hearing it in my headphones. I'm trying to communicate hard as I can to you guys as much, because of course a lot of things are going on there. But then again, I'm not gonna discuss more things about it. But anyways, guys, I already gave shout outs earlier in the day. I just want to say thank you guys for coming out. We are doing a movie tonight. If you want to stick around, in the next hour and a half? Oh, actually, what time is it right now? About to be 7 o'clock here in Central Time. 2 hours from now, we're playing Wall Street, the movie film that one of Ghost requested for everyone to watch. If you're interested to watch that, come out with us. Of course, we're pretty much going to be watching that. It's a 2-hour film. It's starting at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Pacific, and of course, it's 10 p.m. Eastern. Sorry about that. I'm getting mixed and matched with the time zones again. But yes, we're watching Wall Street, the 1983 film. Please come out and watch with that. Of course, that's coming up in the next 2 hours. Where's the 97? Oh, I keep forgetting with the much. Huh. Oh well. What a way to ruin everybody's Baller Friday for no Ray graffiti. And you can just blame the fell trolls of failures who keep tweeting Ghost to do Ray graffiti right away. Should never provoke the Ghost, because bad things like that happens. Never again. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'll give a few shoutouts if I missed your name. So I want to give shoutouts to, let's see who I missed here. I'm looking back up. Super Burrow, Christopher One, who I missed. I'm looking back. Sarah, Pinkie Pie Fox, how you said, yes, I already did this. Shadow Luigi 37, the Collie Man MX, the Arabs Queen, Area Code 360 Tro, looking back here, D-Man, Git, who else? I think I'm looking back, Toasty Pinks, and Pregophile. Finally got that name right. Oh, Serious Samsung. What's up, Serious? Serious Samsung. Do. Litton in the place. Ooh, Litton. Okay, I think that's everybody's shoutouts, because I already gave everybody during the mid-show. If I missed your name once again, I want to just give big shoutouts to everyone for coming out tonight, and hopefully we'll see you back again next Monday, or on our next TCR broadcast. Thanks again, guys. Hope you have a good weekend. If you guys have to be in theater, stay tuned. I'm gonna do more live streaming, live. Just stay there in the BN theater. If you guys are gonna go out, well, you have a good night. Over at the YouTube side, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to go over there to the BN theater. Links in the descriptions. Of course, I'm gonna start a live stream. Of course, it's not what you expect, but it's pretty much some maybe gaming or some random stuff. Who knows? Something to celebrate Baller Friday. I don't know. I might as well play you guys something before our movie night starts, so just go there. Just to let you know. Alright, guys. That's it for the time I have. Oh, and one more shout out to Blackout Worm, of course. So hopefully you guys are having a Baller Friday, and I'll see you guys next time. So good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys over the BNT for the extended live stream. Alright. Ooh yeah. Time to be in theater. Go. Power Rangers.